we go. All right, let me switch again. Oh, I should have preloaded this session, or this scene rather, so we'll give it a second for everybody to move over. Nothing changed, so I guess it doesn't cache. It's kind of interesting. I figured it would cache too, Justin, but
unless you think it would still be cached on our systems.
Yeah, it must not, or if it does cache,
it must work
reloaded. Yeah, I mean, it must be reloaded per session or something, because at least by now, anyways, that nobody would cache at all. Everybody took forever to reload to move over. I still see Fox on the way, so. All right. Everybody should be on there now. Fox, you got loaded as well?
Yeah. I'm so tired. This is such a hot, long day.
All right. So what are you guys doing? Don't all talk at once now.
I'm gonna nudge the ladies to my sides, be like, tell her why she should help us.
Well, either way we're going in, we have to do something. So...
That's really of little concern to me. The things you're carrying will just end up on my tallying tabs, and I'll have to mark down what I think they're worth. That's about as much work as that's going to, about as much effect as that's going to have on me.
How long have you guys been doing this, making this operation? I mean, this is a bigger operation than I expected. I mean, look, you got giant cisterns and things, and how long have you been doing this?
She just kind of squints at you.
I'm just curious. I'm just a big man. Big things going on. I mean, how upset would your father be if all this got destroyed? I'm just curious about that.
I don't talk to him about those kinds of things. I'm afraid I don't have an answer for you.
Did you say earlier? I'm an old man. I apologize. I couldn't hear earlier when you said that if you had this little book of notes that you would have it in your office, or is it not in your office?
If he has it, it would be in the safe.
And that's in your office?
I mean, it's his office. It's his safe. I just work.
Can we get to that safe and office, and maybe we can get the entire town's guard to help us defeat this dragon if we get what's in that safe? You can come with us. We'll vouch for you.
No, I mean, can get
definitely
to the office.
Help us.
You can't get to the office.
Okay, well, you got the office. I mean, it's the same thing.
Why is Ryla's voice so different this week?
I'm a bit hungover.
Oh, okay. Is that it? All right.
Technically, I think Ryloth is still drunk too. So
that's fair.
We can both. Yeah, Ryloth is working off very little sleep. Hey.
Would you be willing to help us if we got the city guard up here to help?
I don't. I want to communicate and interact with your kind as little as possible.
So that would be a no.
Do we have to go past your father to get into your office?
Yes. That's why I can get there, you couldn't.
And you don't want to help us? Why again?
I don't see any reason I should.
Does he ever leave?
Not these days.
Is there any way we could get him to leave?
Not by my word, at least. I mean, beyond that, I don't know. I don't have any ideas for getting him out of there. And even if we did, I mean, I'm not getting.
Does he have any allergies?
She just kind of gives you a confused look. I'm not. I have zero reason to help you unless you're helping me in some way. The only thing that could help me in some way is if you dispose of him. I'm not going to help you sneak past him and steal something from his safe and then just leave.
I'll tell you what.
What benefit would that do for me?
What else is in the safe? What things can you get out of there that'll help us to kill?
I'm not getting you into the safe, period. Unless you're going to kill him, this conversation's over.
But we need, maybe if you have something that can help kill him. I don't know. Nothing? You don't have some cool dragon axe of murdering?
She kind of tilts her head at you. Yeah, we generally keep the things that would be dangerous to us, on hand.
Well, you wouldn't want to resell it. You want to keep it with you, really. Does he have any allergies to, like, bees or anything?
Latex. He's allergic to latex.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that. That'll be tough. Well, okay. Tell you what. You go hide in your office. Pretend like nothing. Everything's fine, and we're gonna go take a rest, and we're gonna try to fight this thing. Is that what we're doing, everybody? Discuss.
At this point, we're gonna need to rest before we go in there.
You see her.
We won't make it.
You see her eyes kind of slink down a little bit into just slits, little serpentine slits, or draconic slits. You do know. We know you're here, right? You go take your rest if you'd like, but it's just going to leave him more time to plan.
Can he, like, get through all these caves? Like, is he too big to get through these areas, or is he able to walk around here all willy-nilly like?
He can take a different form and walk through the caves, yes.
Jesus Christ.
How does he know we're here?
Did you not hear those bells? They rang through the entire, echoing through the cracks, all probably miles from here.
Yes, but as far as he knows, we were just at the tavern. He doesn't know that we're actually, like, in here.
The room that I met you in, he could see straight into.
Oh, well, that sucks ass.
If you had just looked, and she kind of, gestures in a direction, if you had just looked that direction, you probably would have seen him if he was in there. As far as I know, he still is.
Right. I'm gonna elbow York and just be like, you know her better than anybody else here. You convinced her to come with us.
He shrugs a little bit, looks at her, looks back at you. I may know her name and have worked with her a little bit, but I don't know that I've ever had much success in convincing the fair sex, certainly not of their origin.
Hey, Yorek, is there any back way into this place? If we leave and come back, is there some other way besides, the shitty one?
Well, as she put it, you can swim through the lava.
Yeah, that's not a great option.
I think I like drunk / hungover. I lost. Like, it's a little more like subtexty, like a little more talking under his breath. It's funny.
The way I see it, we have one or two, or more or less 2 to 3 options. Option 1, we figure out how to simply get the book. Option 2, we figure out a way to kill the dragon with just ourselves. Option 3, we try and get enough guard now that we'd actually have a description of what we're dealing with and have more mages to help.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Feeling getting the city guard to help is going to be a bit of an issue with the way we left town.
Yeah, probably.
York looks like nervous, like he's kind of just standing in place, kind of crosses his arms.
There's nothing you can think of that would convince him to leave, so we could get him to a place where we want him to be.
For every bit of information I have, he has to know you're here. Getting him to leave is not going to be very likely. You came to his house, tried to break down his doors to presumably kill him. You think he's just going to leave to a more advantageous place for you? This is his lair.
That's why I kind of want him to leave.
Then maybe you should have planned better and not made so much noise on your way in.
Well, we didn't exactly know that we were going up against a dragon either.
Yeah, thanks, Yorek. Super handy over there, big guy.
He kind of shrugs.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't expect we would need to. The journal was supposed to be where I left it.
And now there's no way to get to the journal without going through the dragon first.
She nods, Yarn nods.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I've had enough of this.
Tell you what, you just keep acting normal, and we might be back and fight your dad a bit. Okay, we'll figure it out. You just go around. Can we have that cloak, please?
She doesn't even respond.
We need the cloak. So, oh, come on. I'm really surprised that none of you guys, took that cloak away from her.
She didn't have it on her. She wasn't wearing it or anything.
Oh, so it was in the office?
Well, she was saying that she has another one, but she didn't. Visibly, at least, you didn't see it on her anyway.
We didn't see it. Yeah. My bad. All right, well, where are we supposed to bunker down for the evening? Looks like it's probably not anywhere that's great. He knows we're here.
Well, Azure has that dome, which at least is temperature controlled, so you guys can get rid of your exhaustion. And no one can get in through that, right?
Nope. But we're probably gonna wake up and boom, dragon. And I don't think we can cast spells out of it or anything, so
this might have been before Justin joined, I don't remember. I've decided that it isn't just a dome, but rather a sphere, and it just happens to be that, the ground cuts off the bottom half of it. But it is essentially just a hamster ball that you guys would be in, as, in the event that mattered. I'm not saying it does, just keep that in mind. That something can't burrow up from the ground or anything either.
Well, I just got a really stupid idea. Alright, so hear me out. That creates a ball, right? Like we're sitting on a plane, but it's not just a sphere, it's more like wait, let me get my right on. There it is, there's right on back. So, what if we, kind of get in midair, we cast it around us, and we hamster ball past the dragon, just keep going until we get to the office.
It doesn't move.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't move.
No, it's stationary.
And I got pretty excited there.
It's stationary.
Just walking across the lava.
Never mind.
Drunk Ryloth has great ideas.
So where are we bedding down, or are we just going in?
I'm gonna die real fucking quick if we go in there. I've got disadvantage on like 60% of the things I can do.
So we need to rest. The tavern's already partially barricaded.
That's the only place I can think of. This has got tall walls and we're closer to the heat. We have no insulation, and that's the best option.
Alright. Then I guess back to the tavern it is.
Slowly! In case there's any more traps or little fucking rodent assholes that look like lizards. Alright. I'm not going first.
I'll go
Where are you
first.
going?
We're going back to the tavern.
Yeah. Which, what direction? Just gonna go back the same way you came?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I want to go.
Okay.
I'm not going first, though.
I'll go. So,
I think it was over this.
yeah, it was down this way, right?
Yeah, you guys went. Yep.
Oh, stuck at a wall. There we go. Let's go.
I'm still looking around to see if there's been anyone in here since we were in here last. Anyone hiding?
Give me a survival. Wait, hang on. Where's Ryloth? Yep. All right. Give me a survival check for Ryloth.
I do not know what my survival is.
Not real good. You rolled it twice, but the first one was a 5. So yeah, you don't notice anything.
Double click. At least we got all the lizards out of here, saving the poor little lizards. What's that? Oh, no, nothing at all. Okay.
We're gonna leave you behind, old man.
I'm going! I forgot, can I not fit? I can't fit through there. It's just an extra
Yeah,
layer.
the crack. Yeah.
I'm
There's
old
no
and I'm
movement.
slow. Look at all these dead cobalt bodies everywhere. There's like one on all these towers. Anyone see anything up ahead? Where is everybody? Yorick, do you see anything weird?
He shouts down to you. No,
Is the
nothing that
tavern-
stands out.
Is the tavern how we left it?
It's exactly as you left it.
Do we see any fire things? Any big fire creatures?
Give me a perception check. There are
What do my old eyes see?
there are 3 of them that you see that are far down the river to basically the direction that you're going. They're that way, so to the west on the map here.
Okay.
But they're far away. They don't appear to have any interest in what's going on here. Whether they
Okay.
care or not, you can't tell.
Just to let you guys know, there's some more of those fire demon guys, but they're pretty far away, and they don't really seem like they give a shit. So just letting you know.
They're standing in the middle of the lava river, so like they're
They're in the middle of the lava river. Hey, based off our conversation with the accountant lady, is that the river that we would swim through?
not not as you took her description to mean. No, that would be
Okay. Well, the good news is, guys, if we stay all in this one building, we can all get killed immediately. But we can stay on the outside of this building and then just get killed one at a time. So we're gonna stay in this impenetrable bubble after we barricade these doors?
That's the plan.
Ah. So I hear you've got some spells too. Name I've forgotten.
Ezra.
Azra. Yes. No. Should we see what we've got? What might be able to help tomorrow? Oh, what time is it today?
It is just after midnight
Oh yeah. If
on
it's,
Monday.
I'm a sleepy man.
Sure.
I'll tell you the ones that I think that I have that would be most effective. And we're copying down these spells in our books.
Well, okay, so it's not as simple as that. You can't just automatically copy everything over time. 1, there's Arcana checks, and 2, it costs
Got
paper
it.
and ink to do it, and time. So, like, if you spend up to, I think it's half an hour per level of the spell.
Mhm.
So we'll
Got it.
we'll hand wave that you have the ink in the paper for now, just for the sake of brevity. But it's still half an hour per level of the spell that you want to copy. And remember, you have to sleep at least 6 hours of your 8-hour long rest.
Yeah, so we could basically do 4 spells
4
at level
levels.
1 or 1 level
Yeah, exactly.
4.
Yep.
I actually don't have anything. What's funny is since I thought we were doing like a 1-day one-off, I didn't really put a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
I don't even think I maxed out the number of spells I can have. Threw a bunch on. Alright, so let me double check.
Are you,
on this.
Azra? Are you putting up the hut then?
Yeah.
After we
That's a
barricade all the
ritual.
doors, best we
The other
can. And-
2 were still barricaded, so the only 2 we have to barricade is the one we came in and the one that goes to the balcony.
And before we get out of here, I think we should probably dump out all this super flammable liquid. What do you guys think?
Why are we dumping out the super flammable liquid?
Do you think it's better to just keep it here with us? Like, a bomb?
Sure, I'll start taking stuff out on the deck and tossing it over.
Might as well. Doesn't hurt. What's it gonna take? 20 minutes to dump out some. We don't even have to dump them out. I just roll them off the fucking edge. I don't give a shit.
Well, if they're that flammable, maybe we shouldn't throw them just in case.
I don't think it's gonna hit the fucking ground and explode. It's liquid.
We are in a volcano.
Yeah, but the lava's way over there. Look how far away the lava is. This is not gonna.
I'm just gonna take some and just like hold it out and slowly start pour it out, see if anything happens.
Okay. You're going like out off the deck. Okay. Hang on. Well, go ahead and move yourself. Where are you going?
I'm going. Wait. Maybe.
Okay.
There we go.
Give me a.
Shit.
Well, you step out onto this very rickety deck, and the moment that your right foot steps onto the framing, like the floorboards of it, you hear a creaking wood splitting sound, and it begins to give way from under your feet. Give me a deck save.
I just click on dexterity, right?
So if you on your main page, it's the right side, yeah. The not prepared for it to collapse from under your feet. You go tumbling face first as the deck splits from beneath you. It clearly had. There's still 3 bodies out there, 3 kobold bodies. It had enough, to be able to support, small kobold frames. But with you, especially heavily armored, split straight through it as the deck splits. You plummet face first down into the ash and the rocks below, still speared in short places with short bits of wood there. 2d6 bludgeoning damage from the fall.
That's right. At least I fell all the way through, and I'm not like stuck halfway in.
No, you split. There's just a hole. There's a Wester-sized hole in the baseboards. So you took 9 damage from the fall.
It's fine.
But you are now on the ground down here. Holding 2 bottles. They probably fell during the fall, but they, the bottles and the liquid in them just splashes out, broken glass, but otherwise no, flame or anything of that sort.
Well, I got good news. They don't explode on impact. I'm just gonna.
You have seen them explode on impact, but they were lit on fire when it happened.
Yeah. All right. I would just get up, dust myself off, I guess, and head back inside.
Alright. You climb your way back up the stairs.
Did it light on fire?
Drost unbarricaded the door, I presume. Is that what you were doing, G?
Yeah. Well, I was going to go out there and check on her, but she made her way back up first anyway, so...
Well, the
he
door
went
was
out.
barricaded. Azra barricaded it when you guys got in, so...
Yeah, so he went to the door and noticed that it was barricaded, but then he heard Wester talking about the stuff not being flammable, so we realized she's probably not dead, so he's fine.
Oh, no,
He was just checking on her.
flammable.
Oh, well, it didn't.
Flammable, it
Yeah,
just-
it didn't explode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not volatile enough to go up on its own without some heat source. What are you guys doing?
Hey, Ezra. I've got a weird idea. Tell me what you think about this. Have you ever heard of... There's a spell I know. It can take a willing creature that you see within range, and it can double their speed and gives them a little bit more defense and advantage and things like that. It's called Haste. It's a level 3 spell, though.
Okay.
What do you think? There's one downside, is that if the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn. What if we cast it on the dragon and then immediately drop it? We just have to convince him that he wants us to cast it on him.
Convincing a dragon.
It's probably not gonna happen. Do you have any like water ice attacks? I have basically I've got one. Snowball Storm is probably the best bet.
You have
3d6.
like all of your main spells. You chose ice or water.
But
And you didn't even know.
Wall of
Like,
Water's concentration. It really doesn't do a lot of damage. It's level 3. It would be best to do Snowball Storm at level 3
sure.
for 4d6 damage.
Yeah, you just coincidentally chose like all ice and water type spells though when you made your all your spells.
Making him like a little water.
Yeah, no, I thought it was, when I saw that it was funny because I knew you guys were coming here, but you didn't know. So
Yeah.
Okay, I
the
have Frostbite, Chromatic Orb, and Ice Knife.
Let's see. I can make him slow, but that's a bit of a waste of a 3rd level spell on just one creature. Do you have anything that could mess him up like that?
Not really.
That still requires a wisdom saving throw.
Yorick, looking at the two of you having this discussion, says that I'm not particularly adept in the arcane arts, but how do you intend to each copy each other's? I mean, you need to, one of you is going to need both of your books at once, right?
Yeah.
It's going to take you some time. I'm already nervous enough about spending enough time to take a rest. Believe me, I need it too, so I understand, but, if we're going to take extra time for you guys to copy down some spells only to run into the dragon's mouth and die half an hour later, I don't know if that's time well spent.
What is your idea, Yorick?
Run and never look back, but I give my word, so I'm still here. You mind if I close these doors?
You just stay in the back and try to keep us alive the best you can. Well, I say, how does Ice Knife work? Is that a pretty neat one, or is that kind of like Frostbite?
Ice Knife, you create a shard of ice and throw it at a creature.
I just realized too we can click them and we can show people.
Yeah.
Just click that. Won't actually cast it. Oh, that was dumb. Apparently that's
As
not
long as you
really
didn't expend the spell slot, it
There
doesn't
goes.
matter.
Yeah.
There, Ice Knife.
Cool.
So, DM question.
Mhm.
Westra has never, I know she's never encountered a dragon, but has she ever encountered any, lore on dragons?
I guess to what extent are you asking? Because, yes, everybody is aware of them, but I guess, are you asking a specific question?
Yeah, so, are they from this plane of existence?
Yeah, they are natural creatures, yeah.
Damn it. Alright.
Were you hoping to banish it or something?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're from here.
Yeah, Ice Knife's not really any better than Snowball.
Except that it's
No.
level 1 instead of level 3.
Yeah.
But if you cast it at level 3, it basically does the same thing. And it's not like we're...
Yeah, but I just mean that as far as using up your first level slots, if you had other things,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
The spellbook I picked up the other day has darkness, but
Spellbook you picked up the other day?
one of the kobolds had it.
You see Yorick kind of squint a little bit. Do you mind if I take a look at that? I'll give it right back, I promise.
Wait, can you even hear me if I'm in the bubble and he's not?
Assuming that you're allowing them to hear you, yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
Yeah, that's your choice if you're having it allow sound through and allow temperature through and allow people through and so on.
Okay,
You have to stay inside. Everybody else can come and go as long as you allow them.
gotcha. Okay, so yeah, he'd be able to hear me. I would just put the book near him.
Okay. You can pass it through. You can't leave. Your whole body can't leave it.
Yeah.
Remember when we had this discussion as if you could leave a toe inside and be outside?
Yes, or partially inside, partially outside. Yes, we had that discussion.
You hand him the book. He flips through the cover. So flip through a couple pages. Yeah,
This doesn't have any pictures of naked women.
probably does actually, because it belongs to the drunken mage that that you're holding the wand from, and the robe was used. Yeah, this is Talvar's. At least, he'd be happy knowing that it's been put to good use, I guess, and he kind of hands it back to you.
Thanks.
So what's the plan? That big beast is just going to be dwelling on this until either we wake up inside its jaws already, or we go into its lair and he's prepared for us.
Either way, I think he's going to be prepared for us.
Yeah, you can bet on that.
So we might as well be as prepared as we can be.
Oh, good talk, guys.
The only thing I can do is hit it with an axe. Or a sword. So,
That sounds like the worst option.
literally all I got.
All right, you know what? That I kind of just want to call it. Sorry, maybe we just can't. I mean, at this point, it's really not even worth what I put up as a bounty. It's really not. I mean, you guys might have to move to a new town. I don't know, but
Yorick kind of grumbles a little bit. The man that, I say man loosely, that requested the attack on your caravan in the first place
yeah.
seemed to really be very interested in specifically what those words that I jotted down and that I told you earlier this evening were. And while I kind of agree that I would like to just get out of here, I am concerned that they might still end up in his hands. I told
that could be pretty bad if that ends up in the wrong hands.
I was supposed to have sold it to him, but there was something odd about him. His face is very melted. It didn't look right, and just gave me a bad feeling. So I kept it. I told the Hopeless that I did sell it to him, and then I just paid them out from my share of my own money because I didn't trust it. And I stored it here, thinking, well, who's going to find it? These little kobolds who cared about a piece of paper.
Okay, wait. What was that piece of paper leading to?
There were instructions. There were instructions that helped me get this magical artifact that me and Anton found a long time ago.
Okay, but what was the artifact?
So the artifact is supposedly, obviously we've never used it, it's very old, and it's supposed to be able to bring anyone or anything back to life to any point in time of their life from anything, any piece of their existence. And that's why I have Anton's ear around my neck. This is what I have left of Anton. And we're supposed to bring him back. Love of my life.
So you kept his ear?
I mean, have you ever tried to steal a body part from a funeral? It's kind of hard.
As weird as that old man is, I'm glad it was just an ear. Being his lover and all.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So this artifact could put anything back to any point in time.
No, bring him back. I was gonna bring Anton back as a strapping young man, giving him another chance at life. It's supposed to bring back pretty much any, corporeal being. Just that's why it's so powerful. I don't know what its limitations are, but we didn't really have supposedly it's kind of a one-time deal. You use it, and its magical essence is burnt out.
Right, and you have the artifact, but not the instructions on how to use it, right?
Yeah, it's in a special box. It's this magical box, and it's basically enchanted, and if anyone tries to get into it by some form of force, it's going to destroy the object. So you gotta have both the box and the instructions for the box.
So we could get the instructions for the box and get the artifact out. We could change the dragon into an infant dragon. Or bring your friend back.
Yeah, no, the dragon's got to be dead. It's like it takes a dead creature or thing and brings him back to life.
And even if it didn't, I mean, at least as Yarn described it, we have to get past him to be able to get to where the instructions are anyway.
And you think this guy that you were supposed to sell the instructions to can somehow get it from the dragon?
Dragons like Yolkri are driven by pure greed, and if it got to him in some way that these other creatures, that this melted man is looking for it and would pay a lot for it, it would hold immense value to him. I don't know why else a creature like that would even keep a piece of paper.
Right. Well, we definitely don't want him getting a hold of it. Do you think we could trade the dragon for the paper?
Who are you asking? I don't know much about this dragon.
You're
I'm
asking
asking
Yorick?
Thorn. He knows the dragon better than anyone here, so.
He's not a particularly reasonable being, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. But what we would offer would have to be immense, certainly more than what the melted man would offer.
Great.
By the way, real quick, do Ben and Becky, do you remember who I'm talking about?
It sounds familiar.
All right, so it's from 2 years ago, so it's no surprise if you guys don't remember that. But the melted people. All right, don't worry about it.
Which campaign?
Rose and Thorn. Doesn't matter.
A
Though.
fun campaign when you don't remember melted people.
Well, it's from it is from literally like over 2 years ago now. We finished it on Christmas Day, I think it was, in 2017. So the year that we started playing. So a little over 3 years ago almost. 2 years and 8 months, whatever.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, Sobrella, have any other water ice skills that could be useful?
Well,
Spells.
remember the problem is that they're very just they're smart and they're intelligent and they're usually wise. So any certain spells that require them to, get around those things are probably not going to hit them with. So I do have one called Sleet Storm. That does this. This is the one I use to
Just open
cast.
the book. just here, just read this. This is
I
what
have. These are my cliff notes. For Storm. I wrote them in common.
Make a memory check to see if she remembers
Yeah,
who they are.
good. Well, I'll tell you this: that Drost and Wester would flat out remember. It wasn't that long ago. Do you remember the gift?
Yes.
That's the people that you had heard described as looking melted, for peasants that had seen them in fields and things like that, had described them as melted, and you met and killed one at the end of Wave Echo.
Right.
And what Yorick is describing as a melted person would immediately ring bells that they must be talking about a Gith. Is who's trying to buy the person that had contracted the Hopeless to acquire the notes for the Gith. Or at least a Gith anyways.
I'm just gonna show you all of my spells.
And then
Sure.
4 ones. You literally rolled 4 ones when you did that too.
Lord.
4
These are
ones.
the
of
ones-
4.
These are the ones that might be handy.
That's a 16% chance on each one. What are the odds of rolling 4 ones on 16% chance each? It's this because you don't have memory. Each one individually is 16% chance, but 4 of them total would be like well below 1% chance of rolling something like that. You see those, right, Fox?
Yeah, reading them.
And then I got another idea. 'Cause we could probably do this one. What if we went this way with it? And we just said, fuck trying to kill him. We all just go dark. And we gotta be careful because we need to kind of split up. Maybe one person, whoever's best at stealing things, breaking into stuff, just goes, and the other people just run around as fucking invisible and try not to get murdered by a giant dragon.
Right. Well, I'm terrible at sneaking, so that's not going to be me.
What about this guy over here? It looks pretty fucking sneaky.
Yeah, we can try, but I'm guessing a creature like a dragon's probably intelligent enough to see through little tricks like that. Who knows?
Well, I mean, it's an option. We can all, the rest of us, ready some attack spells if it gets to that point. I mean, the problem is he's going to try to talk to us. I can guarantee he's going to try to fucking talk to us. So we might have some time.
Give it a try.
Yeah, he's going to talk to us. He's going to have a conversation. They're going to sit down and chat. They all do it. They just fucking monologue. It's going to happen. I'm just letting you know. So if there's anyone who thinks they might be able to get around the corner, hey, does anyone else anyone else think that we should have just murdered that one other kobold accountant lady? She was super annoying, am I right? Seriously, I couldn't have been the only one thinking about that.
Well, there's still at least 2 others anyways. I mean, if we killed her, we'd end up having to deal with them too.
Where the fuck are those guys?
He shrugs. They're here in the mine somewhere.
Ah! This takes forever. No, I'm worried. So I was gonna fucking get the instructions, and then what if they bring about some sort of apocalyptic type thing? Like, what if they bring, instead of my sweet, sweet gay boyfriend, they bring back some horrible demon? What if that happens? I know, right? Well, should we just go and see if we can find one of these other ones before we bed down for the evening?
His brood are he treats them like lieutenants.
Yeah, so let's kill them all.
Well, I mean they're not necessarily even that strong probably, but I mean we killed Angkor already, but Manx and Bronk and then you met Yarm are still out there somewhere.
Yeah,
But you know all that against removing Yolkri anyways. These creatures don't. They don't have a familial connection. They're not concerned with blood.
Maybe we should go find them, guys. Maybe we can get them on our side.
Does anyone
or murder? We can just murder them too. I don't mind.
Does anyone know if killing a dragon's brood harms them in any way?
I don't think it does.
Give me what skill do you think would be best? You give me an argument for what skill you think would be best associated with that. Otherwise, I'll tell you what to roll.
I have no idea.
Then maybe history, probably.
History. I'm a little tough. I would also like to think about the dragon and whether or not.
Really for both of you. I guess you did ask it. So with Ryloth, you know, since Azra asked it out loud. Both of you think, at least you've never, as far as what you've ever heard, no, you've never heard of that having any impact on the dragon itself. There are some creatures that do have, you know, that kind of natural connection with their offspring, but dragons don't appear to be one. They're just natural creatures.
Okay.
I think they just lay an egg, and then first you have one boy dragon and one girl dragon, and when a boy dragon and a girl dragon, they have a dragon penis. Okay, it's about 19 feet long. It's made of solid steel.
Oh man, can you just keep drinking until you pass out, so we don't have to hear your ramblings any longer?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Let's go find him. Let's just kill him real quick. Should we do that? Or should we just go to sleep?
We don't have a plan to be able to kill it, and you want to just go and try and kill it.
No, killer's return.
He means the brood.
Flabber.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that it'd even be worth that exposure, because you know we could end up being ambushed by Yolkri while we're out there for all we know. He knows we're here. At least if we're going to take this rest, we should probably do it in this dome and hopefully be as safe as possible, and then hope that we don't wake up in a dragon's gullet.
Do you think you could? I wonder if a dragon's big enough to eat an entire orb thing. Actually, it's probably immovable, huh? You're still immovable?
It won't hamster ball, so I mean, at least probably.
It's like the old Thor's hammer thing. Like, what if he just eats the ground below it and then lifts the dirt up? That kind of thing.
Huh?
Where, so you can't lift, you can't move the ball that it's
who's
in.
Big enough to eat it? Are you talking about like Jormungandr or something?
Yeah, like a dragon or something. Okay,
all right.
But it's like the Thor's hammer. You can't move.
Yeah, but in Norse
underneath
mythology, the only thing that'd be big enough would be like the world serpent or something like that.
No, I'm talking about this dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think he'd be big enough to eat it.
So now we're mixing the Marvel Cinematic Universe and And
Yeah, that's where the Infinity Stones come in.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're gonna bring the Marvel universe.
Well, now my introduction to
He-Man
Thanos
universe.
into this session is going to be ruined. Thanks.
Okay, so would I be able to copy down Snowball Swarm and Sleet Storm? Or I wouldn't have enough time
Sure.
for both.
Sure.
Snowball second and Sleet is third. It'd take
Yeah.
you 2.5 hours, so you guys would have to stay an extra half hour. You can do it outside of a long rest. It doesn't have to be during a long rest. It's just the maximum that you can spend during a long rest copying would be 2 hours, and that's 2.5 hours worth total. So as long as you guys are, okay with staying an extra half hour.
Okay. I'll copy those two, and then if Ryloth wants to copy any of mine, because those could come in handy. What about poisoning the dragon?
We could try.
Poisoning its food source. It'd be slower to kill it, but less risk.
I have a DM question. So magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within range. Fill a 15-foot radius sphere. I feel like we determined that point can't be like the dragon's head. It has to be a non-movable, three-dimensional
It's a point,
Point
not a
of
part of a
space.
creature. Yeah.
Just want to double check.
Yep. It
You
can
could-
be an object, though. It can be like a point. You could put, meaning like you could say that chair, and then if somebody carries the chair, it moves. If that makes sense, it just can't be a creature.
Okay.
And I would say not something the creature's wearing either, just for the sake of you could just rule over around it that way or something.
Could you cast darkness on Mage Hand?
And then just move Mage Hand along. That makes sense.
Oh, I just move it around with the dragon's head and roll a bunch of dex throws.
Well,
Just
what
be
we
slapping with darkness.
what we did before though was we cast darkness on an object and then threw that object onto a creature.
Yeah, you can
I
totally
think,
do that.
I think it was opposite, but yeah. Because if you cast darkness on the object, then you're probably going to be encompassed with that object too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
I get it.
Severe disadvantage of trying to throw it.
I'm gonna go up to Yorick. So, supposedly this dragon is losing his mind, or at least that's what Yarm said, that he's going crazy or something.
I can't say I've had interactions with any others to compare it to, but he certainly does not seem very mentally stable. And I've worked with a lot of mentally unstable people.
Do you think he'd be willing to make a bet? And if I win that bet, I get the notes?
You think you're going to get a golden fiddle out of this?
No, I just want the notes. And I will offer him whatever he wants in return. Because I can guarantee I can win.
See, back in the taverns, we hear the bards sing a song, a real famous one, about how the Barlgura demon went down to Georgia and, and makes a deal with the devil to try to win a golden fiddle.
Yeah, but you see, I got this nifty little dice right here. That'll be whatever I want it to be. It'll roll whatever I want it to roll. So I can guarantee I can win.
I mean, you can try. I know that he's a clever creature. He might see through it, and even if we did win, I don't know that he would hold to his word. But it's worth a shot. It's up to you if you want to at least try it. I'll just don't be offended if I stand real far back, just in case he spouts a gout of flame over you.
Hey man, I don't have any other ideas. So I'm just trying to come up with something.
He looks over at Drost. You've been quiet this whole time. Any ideas in that mind of yours that might keep us from getting eaten?
Yeah, not much that I can think of unless we can find a way to be faster than he is or sneakier than he is. Be past him and get the notes and run.
He's a clever creature. I don't know how sneaky he is.
So, I don't know, we might be faster than him since we're a fraction of his size. I think that's our only advantage.
I always thought it was funny when you watch movies and the giants are "Ooh," slowly moving, but then I
as if
feel
they're
like
in molasses
cockroach.
somehow.
Yeah, but
exactly.
it's real easy for me to step on a cockroach when it's running full fucking speed away. I'm just saying.
Giant
I
creature.
totally understand the narrative, but I don't
But
know.
it's as if they move through time the same way that we do. It's just the reckoning of it is not the same. as if their muscles and their framing, their skeleton, and so on doesn't support their size, which of course then they wouldn't live. You know. So, anyway,
Right,
are you
well,
copying the
effectively-
spells down? Is Azra copying spells right now?
Yeah, I'd be copying spells right now and trying to come up with a plan, but I'm kind of blank.
Well, you can't. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be focusing on copying the spells, you can't be doing two things. So that's not something you can really hold conversation and do at the same time. It takes focus.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be copying the spells right now while thinking.
All right, give me two Arcana checks, one for each spell. Level 2 is going to be a 50. Oh, all right, natural 20. Okay, all right. Well, you succeeded on both, so you managed to copy both of those through the span of that 2 hours. You guys will all need to be resting, like pretty much now or very soon, anyways, if you're going to take a long rest.
And the only
Okay.
spell I'm going to try to copy is darkness, actually.
Okay. Are you going to copy it during your watch then? Are you going to take a watch and do it that way?
We're in the bubble. Do we need to take a
Up to
watch?
you. Move yourselves. You have a map.
Oh,
and a
okay.
bubble. You can do as you wish.
Yeah. Oh, I am definitely not on the right fucking thing. Still have some spell slot thing. All right.
The about face isn't working for you.
I'm gonna spend the. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy down this darkness spell if you don't mind. And I mean, if we're in a
Sure.
bubble, I might as well just go to sleep. Doesn't really, nothing's gonna hit us, and it's not like we're gonna get enough of a. Being in here, we're not gonna get enough of a heads up if anything is coming by. Like it's not gonna matter.
Which were the two that you were copying, Azra? Sleet Storm and Snowball?
Yeah.
And I'm taking darkness.
All right.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I somehow nowadays prefer the disturbed version of that to the original one.
Me too, very much so.
Wait, there's a disturbed version of that. Can you send it to me?
Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
Fantastic.
Way better than it has any right to be, because that guy is like the most douchebag to ever douchebag. Like he is the fucking like I don't know. I can't stand that guy. Wearing leather pants is an immediate like hate as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna be honest. I have absolutely no idea what anyone in Disturbed looks like.
He's the dude that wears those two. This is part of the reason I can't stand him too. Is just looking at him is unbearable to me. He wears those two lip ring things that go down like through his chin. They go just in front of the chin, like just above the chin, and then up through his bottom lip, like two rings. Just Google it. You'll immediately be disgusted, I imagine.
If you want to hear the worst thing in existence, listen to Disturbed's version of "Where the Streets Have No Name" from U2. That is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life, literally.
I'm not a big fan of that song anyway. So that would.
Oh no, but they make it worse too.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Yeah.
they make it worse than U2 somehow.
Yeah.
So
Right. I think that's fixed now. I put Darkness on there for you, Justin, and then I put Sleet Storm and Snowball on there for you, Fox. Those should be in there as regular spells now, I think.
Okay,
Now, they're not marked as prepared, of course, so you'll have to prepare them at the end of the short rest if you're going to do so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I
I
was
see
sorry. I was
Snowball,
sorry
but
to do
I
that right
don't
now.
see
My bad.
Sleet Storm.
Might be at the top under.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine, Justin. What'd you say back, Fox?
I see Snowball Swarm, but I don't see the other one.
Let's see. Sleet Storm. I dropped it on there. I must not have. Wait, did I drop the wrong thing on there? No. Everything else looks normal. Okay, let me try it again.
I'll have to learn Darkness later, though, because it was from the other spell book.
Oh, Justin, give me an Arcana check for copying the.
I'm on it.
All right, there you go, Fox. It's on there now.
Okay. I'll refresh it, I guess.
I just copied it just now, so yeah. You can just F5 if you want to, or whatever it takes for you to refresh. Yeah, you copy that down just fine. You are copying it from your old Yorick's old friend's spellbook, not from Azra's spellbook. So, but he had it written in there. It's the Arcana check is to decipher somebody's handwriting essentially. Anyways, so you guys are well. Then are you going to start taking watches and rests?
Yes.
All right. What is the watch order?
I don't care. I'll take one.
I'll take the middle watch since the wizards are still awake doing their thing.
Okay.
So as soon as they go to sleep, just wake me up.
So yeah, I guess we'll take first. Oh, we can't really do watch while we're copying spells. I don't think.
Well, the two of you, you can't be focused on it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm fine with that because I feel pretty confident in the bubble. So I'm just copying my spell and then I'll go to sleep afterwards.
Okay.
I mean,
If it happens, it happens.
I'm sure you'll notice if a big dragon just tries to take down the tavern while you're copying.
Here's the thing:
spells.
we're inside a tavern with closed doors and windows. There could be a dragon right fucking outside right now. That's why I don't see it matters.
So what's the watch order?
I'll go first on that.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Drost, you are having watch. Then while Azra is copying the book, then Westra, then who? Ryloth is going to go after for copying.
Sure.
All right. That'll cover each person's going 3 hours. That'll be fine. The Yorick will watch while you're copying. Then, give me a percentile dice, G.
Okay.
All right. You leaning up against the wall inside the tavern, but not inside the dome. Just keeping an eye out, watching the doors, listening, and so on. You do hear a kind of a deep roar that's coming from far away. It doesn't sound like it's too far away to be, you think, probably the dragon. But it happens every 20 minutes or so throughout your time. And it's quite far off, but it kind of echoes through the cracks here. Azra's just quietly copying down in the journal. You doing anything else during your time?
Nope, just sharpening my knives if I have the stone on me. And
Okay.
just keep an eye on stuff.
Okay. Your watch comes to an end. It is time for you to, wake up, Westra rather, and then go into sleep. So Westra, waking up, then your watch. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna write in my journal whatever had happened the day before.
Okay.
And
Conveniently filling out the things that I put in the main page, the entry page.
exactly.
Yeah. You drew a cool picture of Yarm this time. Hey, we both got the exact same percent. Look at this. We're having some oddities with our percentage chances of things, our probabilities. Similarly, Drost maybe had mentioned it. He didn't say anything because Ben doesn't pay attention to that kind of stuff, but didn't say anything about it, that you were hearing or that he was hearing kind of roars and growls off in the distance, far to the north, somewhere else, further in the cracks. But you similarly hear them from time to time. It's somewhat faint, and if you were moving around or if there was any activity, you probably wouldn't hear it just because it's too far away. But apart from that, everything seems quiet during your let's see, that's actually before Ryloth. So Azra's sleeping, nothing else is going on. So if you're not doing anything else specifically to spend your time.
No, and pretty sure it's not the dragon.
It sounds too far away, but give me a perception check. Give me investigation, not perception.
I'll be right back, and Azra's just sleeping.
Okay.
Real quick, I give up. Where do I find my max number of prepared spells?
I mean, the number, as far as how it's factored, it's your wizard's spell, wizard level plus your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, so 5, so 11.
Wizard level.
What?
I think he was talking to a dog.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I think Ben was talking to Stick.
Yeah. It wasn't me, it was Ben. I think he
So
was
it's
talking
level
about
6 plus your intelligence modifier, which is 5.
Yeah. Yep.
So 11.
So it's 11.
Cool.
Then, if you're, actually, with that number, you can't quite identify. It does sound like it sounds like it could be a dragon, maybe, but it sounds really far away. Like it's just being echoed through these cracks because you guys are in like a fissure at the bottom of a fissure, essentially in the mountain, in the side of the volcano, and it's just kind of all sound just echoes back and forth throughout all of it. so it could be miles away. Much away. Do anything else?
No, is Yorick taking the next watch?
Yeah, that's what he had said anyway.
All right, so then when I wake him up, I'm just gonna ask him if he knows what that sound is.
He yawns sleepily, kind of begins to sit up. He says, "What?" And then he hears it. You know, it goes off in the distance. Oh, I mean, we've never seen the thing, but it's apparently just you know those fire creatures. It's their I don't know, their core or something, like the biggest one of them. That's what we were always told. We've never gone that far into the mountain to see.
Great. And these fire creatures, they willingly help the dragon?
Not that I've seen. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if they do, they talk outside of earshot of me or any of my men while we were here. I don't think they really even care that any of us are here, us or the dragon or any of the dragon's brood. I think they're pretty much indifferent unless it comes to encroaching on their space or what they want. It's kind of hard to understand what their purposes might even be in the first place. This is just their home, I guess, but they don't really seem to care if anyone's here or not.
Right, so slim to no chance of getting them to help then?
I can't even imagine how you would even communicate with one of them to begin with, to even start those kinds of negotiations.
Yeah.
They don't seem to mind the dragon either, so I don't know that they would be willing to help us either way.
Alright, just a thought. Then I'm going to bed.
All right. And he gets up and you see him kind of shove Ryloth's head with his boot, like kind of pushes in his neck, the space between his shoulder and his head, just pushes him with his boot. Oh man, you wanted me to wake you up? Get up.
What have we done?
If you're gonna be copying down that nerd shit, you should get to it because we don't got a lot of time. We need to get moving.
Yeah, okay. I mean, sure, we're in a bubble, but okay, we don't have a lot of time. I guess it does last a certain amount.
Well,
okay.
The lady said the bubble, doesn't last forever, so.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the books and.
Oh geez, I don't. Can you just give me 2 minutes to get my armor on, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, you're leaving?
I'm gonna stand outside just so I don't have to listen to you.
Oh, okay.
He finishes putting on his armor and then leaves the bubble.
I'm back.
All right, Fox.
All right, so do writing down in my book. I learned darkness. Maybe I can cast that on somebody.
All right. So yeah, you finish copying it down. Azra and Ryloth, you guys can go ahead and change out your prepared spells if you want.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right. Then morning comes. Go ahead and apply long rests for yourselves.
Cool. I got my arcane recovery. Everything's golden.
Yeah, it'll heal your hit points and everything.
Oh,
too.
I think I still have to
Have to
roll
get
for.
Is
I
it
gotta
a new
roll
day or the
staff.
same day?
Well, it's Monday. It's like 1 a.m. at this point. Or sorry, at 9 a.m. rather at this point. You guys went to sleep around 1 a.m.
So I'm gonna roll a d6 plus 4 to see how many charges I actually get back with my staff.
Sure.
Rolled in a d6. Hope it's a fucking 6. Oh, not bad. 9.
Yeah.
All right. Just
Almost
go
full.
over here.
And I don't actually know. Was it empty? I don't like you casted insect swarm. And
Yeah,
then
it
you
was completely empty. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
So it
it's
has
4.
9
It's 4 for one, 6 for the other. But it does not have a chance to break when you empty it.
I don't think so. I'll double check.
It'll
but
say
I
on
think
there if it
this
does.
one-
So.
Yeah.
Not all do.
Nope.
Wands tend to. Stabs maybe not.
No.
Cool.
Oh, if you expend the last
hang
charge
On
on
a
a 1,
one.
a swarm of insects. I lied. On a 1, a swarm
alright,
of
so-
insects consumes and destroys the staff. So let me roll a d20 just to see if I
Yeah.
fucking lost it.
5% chance.
Let's see.
Nope. All right. All right. So staff recharges. Then you got 9 charges on it.
Sweet.
Morning comes. You have probably about 30 minutes left on the dome before it drops.
All right.
outside the dome.
What's
Anything
that?
going on out there?
York shouts you. I didn't hear anything. I haven't. Nothing's moved, and I haven't heard anything. I've been too cautious to peek out, but so far it seems quiet.
Okay, well.
Like Yorm said, I mean, he's capable of changing his shape, so he could be right outside for all we know.
Well, do you see anyone else that doesn't look like a dragon out there?
I haven't looked outside. There's no windows.
I'm gonna go up to the door that goes to the deck that I fell through, just because I'm thinking, even if he changes into something else, it probably isn't going to be a kobold, and it'll probably fall through. So I'm
You
just
might
gonna,
want to open that door slowly and very carefully.
I'm just gonna move the stuff out of the way and just barely crack it open, take a peek outside.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Did that? I saw the dice rolls. There we go. It just took forever to show up on this side. There is a line of kobolds outside there. I'll just draw a box here to show you. There are a row of probably well, at least initially, if you're just barely peeking, you see there's probably a dozen or so that are right here in this, like about that far away, that are walking off to the east. Kind of haphazardly, a few of them in robes, a few of them, holding shields, like the kinds you'd seen previously, and then a few of just regular smaller ones.
I'm just gonna quietly close the door and be like, great, so they're pretty sure he's gathering a bunch of people around him, because there's a bunch of kobolds head that way.
Well, let's kill them. Are they all grouped together?
At the moment, but
How far away are they? And I'm gonna rush out to the door while she's doing this to see if they're within. Let's see, because they're all grouped together. Seeing how effective it was before. No, fuck it. I don't want to waste all my spell slots. Never mind. Just change my mind.
They were moving somewhat. They were marching, so they weren't like just slowly meandering. They've moved off to or are moving off to the east, so they would be, at least as far as Westeros saw, if they kept their pacing, they would be out of sight before long.
Come on, guys, let's go get them. And they're gone.
So we're gonna go kill a dragon and probably a bunch of other shit? Hopefully.
I'm ready when you are.
Let's do it. Come on, guys.
Alright, well, let's, before we all go charging out the door, let's make sure there's not a bunch more kobolds coming. Alright, so do I see any more coming? I'm gonna, peek my head actually out and look towards the west. See if there's any more coming.
Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Not the best for this.
Same number again. No, look around. You don't see any more, and it's hard to hear in here anyways. There's just this constant kind of booming sound of rocks here in this, in the cracks here. So with that noise, there could be movement around that you're just not hearing that is masked beneath that, but you don't see anything at least, and you don't hear any more groups marching like that one that just passed.
Right, so if we're gonna go, we should probably go now, and we should probably take another way in, because they were heading through the same way we went last time.
Or we catch up to them and we kill them all.
Or we could do that.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Do you?
Why fight?
We have one big fight coming already. Why do you want to seek other potential risks?
I swear to God, if there's a dozen kobolds in there with this fucking dragon, alright, fine. Let's go see the dragon then. Come on.
Alright. Well, since we're going a new way, York, you should probably lead.
Okay, I'd rather not, but if you insist.
Or I will go first, and you just tell me where the hell I'm going.
I mean, the place isn't that complicated. We just go back the way we came. I mean, we don't have to follow it. All the routes lead back to his chamber anyway. We just head out of here and we go north. We'll get there eventually. Just be mindful of traps.
Sorry, I had to go back. I messed up one of my spells. I forgot to take one of them off. So what we could still do is I could still cast invisibility on one Yorick. You're a thief type guy. Can you get into that office if you're maybe sneaky, or is that not something?
I take offense to that, old man.
You're not sneaky.
Not a thief type. I'm sneaky. I'm not a.
I didn't call you a communist. I don't know. It's not offensive. Sneaky. all right.
Drost is probably the sneakiest of us all.
Hey, Drost, you want to be invisible for a while?
Yeah, why not?
You can go in. Maybe you can get through there, and maybe we'll just talk to the dragon for a few minutes. Does anyone have a problem with that? We get to the dragon. We say, listen. We understand. We enjoy your work, and maybe us and Yorick can start continuing to help him. And what does he want? We got to figure out what the dragon wants, and we can talk to him. And while we're doing that, you go get that shit, okay? You go find a book, the notes, and we do that. And while we do that, what do we do, guys? We spread out. Who's got that fire cloak? The girl with the hatchet?
Yep.
Westra?
Yep.
Westra,
Yes.
maybe you can get close to him and buddy up and stab him in his dragon face.
Well, I could do that. I also mentioned playing a game with him that I guarantee I can win, so at least I can play a game with him and keep him distracted for a while, hopefully.
If you can get him talking.
Also,
I don't know that. I've heard him speaking, but I've never understood his tongue. Do any of you speak his language?
I do.
I speak Dwarf.
I speak Draconic.
Well, there you go.
You are the one that I would want. You're the one that I would want talking to him the least. If we could gag you, it would probably be best.
Yeah.
Anyone else able to talk to him?
You sound just like Anton.
That was the worst joke.
No.
I could. Oh wait, that's only on self.
I say we try to gamble with him. We try to persuade him. And I make Drost invisible so that Drost can hopefully just go steal that shit, and then we run away.
All right, well,
I
If
could
he's really
use
that
a.
greedy, he'll probably want to gamble, so.
I could use a spell to comprehend the language, but
so you'd be able to understand him, but
yeah, I'd be able to understand anything spoken or written, but
not
I'd
talk
have
back
to
to
be
him?
touching. No.
that sounds a bit dangerous having to touch him.
No,
I
I
don't-
wouldn't. I wouldn't have to touch. I'd be able to understand what he says, though. I'd only have to touch if it's written language. Yeah, written.
So over here, we used to have a door here, and they've got it all boarded up. You can see, but if we rip all this shit down, we might be able to go out this way, or we can go out over there where the old man is, or we can go out where the centipedes were. Let's get this show moving.
Let's go. I say
Sure.
I say centipedes.
Sure.
Centipedes!
Miss, what did your little bat friend see out that way?
The last thing it saw was a couple kobolds that killed it, but it saw a few passageways and a couple other things. That's about it.
So Maru had flown through a little short alleyway and then a spot where the ceiling was dropped down to about 4 feet. So kobolds would be able to walk beneath it, but not anything taller without crawling. And the ceiling was covered in like a sticky tar.
Right.
Oh, can't
Kobold
wait to
Bridget.
get completely
He
murdered
couldn't-
in there.
He couldn't fly, so he had to go down on the ground.
Yeah, and he saw some things moving in the something scurrying around in the storage area and a bunch of boxes. And then there was a table that was overturned at the end of it. And as soon as Maru got close to the table, a couple of kobolds jumped up from behind it and jabbed him with spears and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So probably not the best to go that way.
No,
feel
we
like-
won't. We'd have to crawl.
Well, I mean, we can try going this way. That just leads to another distillery and then up to the Dragon's Chamber. Or we can go out through the other side over there. And at least when we left it, it was just storage. I don't know what they're doing with it now. But at least earlier in the evening last night when we were here, we heard some scurrying from over on that side too. So there could be kobolds that way too. Won't know until we go and check.
I say we just go back. They'll never expect us to come back the same way we came the first time.
What did
And
you
we've
guys
already know that there aren't a lot of traps there, and the ones that were there, we fucking destroyed. At least part of it.
But Westra says there's a dozen kobolds that way.
All right, I say we go. Where was your bat killed? Let's go wherever your bat was killed.
You want to crawl there?
For starters, 4 feet's not a crawl. Let's be honest here. It's like a bit of an awkward hunch.
For you,
Yeah,
maybe.
Crawl when
already-
you've got a bunch of armor.
Yeah, and you're already half hunched as it is. So for you, it's not that big of a deal. But for us, proud men that can
But
stand
let's
up
go
straight-
this way. Let's go where those other kobolds are making noise.
Yeah, I'll go first. So you
There
guys
we go.
can
Someone
save
take us some
yourself.
initiative and opening a door. Nuts.
You guys can save your spells. I will go beat some kobolds up with my axe then.
All right.
Why is it about face? Is it about
I've
face
got-
working properly for you guys? It's working fine for me. Like if I move a token around, it's moving like they're supposed to. But Westra, Azra, when you guys are moving around, it's not moving your
It's
face.
not.
on
It
mine.
is for me. It
Okay,
isn't
as long as-
mine.
okay, cool. As long as it is for you.
Oh, I get it. So it looks like it only shows up on my when everyone else moves, they
Mhm.
don't readjust positions, so we can only see ourselves rotating.
Well, it must be a newer bug or something because
Yeah.
it was working normally last week and the previous weeks that I've used it for everyone. So as anyone moved, it would automatically do that. So it might be just an error or something I got to find or an incompatibility with another mod. All right,
All
Westra,
right.
you open the door. There's no noise.
Keep your shield up.
No shit.
You see a bunch of what look like small dirt mounds with some bones, and then up around a corner, it looks like they're gonna have a. Where's my notes for this one? This is this one. It's a relatively good, pretty big chamber that you're heading into. Reeks of like animal musk, and sulfur and rotting food. And there's these piles of dirt that have been kind of mixed up with the ash and some hay that are in all these little neat piles that are perfect
Stab
for
'em.
creatures to sleep on. That you don't
They're in
see,
the piles.
but they
just kidding,
are
I don't
all
see
over the
that.
place there. And actually, from your angle, you can see just to the northwest of you. It looks like there's a bunch of eggs in a little hovel in the northeast there. Sorry, northeast, not northwest. And then to the southeast of you, there's what looks like a small altar or something.
Alright, so I'm just going to carefully step my way down.
Okay.
Dude, anything look like it's moving in these piles?
Give me a perception check. Old man, Drost, you guys going?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little distance between me and these other people out here.
That's,
I'll probably be like right here.
as much as I just can't stand to be around you, you and I think on the same page occasionally. I'd rather not.
Are you
get-
guys checking for oven walls? The normal thing that we would happen to see inside.
Westra, you don't see anything moving.
Alright. And you said that was an altar at that end?
It looks like it. It looks like it's made of stone, and there's a rug beneath it, like a carpet. It's the only human, almost kind of accoutrement that you've seen here that the kobolds seem to have made. And on top of it is a gold bust of a dragon's head.
Right, I'm going to pick my way through these piles, hopefully not touching anything as I go,
Okay,
and try
they're
to
not. Are you saying piles or tiles?
Tower.
piles.
Piles, yeah, because they're okay. So they're piles of like ash and dirt with some hay mixed in. So
Yeah, no, I said piles.
Okay.
Sorry. And try to get as close to this altar, see what's up with it.
okay. From where you are, like I guess you can't. I guess where are you going? What are you trying to do?
I'm going up to the altar to see if there's like anything on it. other than this dragon bus.
Okay. When you step onto the rug there is a kind of a clicking sound, and you feel it begin to give way. It drops about 2 inches or so beneath your feet, and there is the sound of tumbling rocks. You look up just in time to see half a dozen limestone boulders pouring out of a trapped hatch in the ceiling, falling on you, falling directly at you. Give me a DC 13 dex save. What are Drost and Westra and Ryloth doing?
Oh my
I am-
god.
Now, slowly walking to these stairs.
You hear rocks tumbling and Westra shout just as boulders come falling at her.
Hey, look out for the rocks.
Well, you see her getting pelted in the face with half a dozen big limestone boulders as you're saying that, so, real big help.
Hey, real quick, make sure you let us know before we get to the dragon cave so I can cast that on our buddy Sneaky Magoo over here, okay?
I'm gonna try and pull her out of it.
She's kind of half covered, the boulders landed on her leg, certainly damaged by it and kind of half pinned. So go ahead and give me a strength check to try to pull the rocks off. You took 15 damage, by the way.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the rest of the, because I don't like this at all.
Okay.
That wasn't smart.
Are those eggs?
So it's a DC 20 to even get the boulders off, otherwise she's stuck there. Even with help, that wouldn't have counted. You, Drost and Azra both just grabbing the boulders and swinging them back and forth to trying to kind of sway enough to push the biggest boulder off that is laying on your left knee. Your knee's kind of turned to the side and it's laying kind of half on your leg. As it's wiggling back and forth, you take another D6 of damage of them trying to push it back and forth, trying to get it off, for another 5 damage to Westra.
Alright, can I push it up?
Because you are proficient in athletics, you don't really have a good angle because you're kind of underneath it. But you can help. You can push while one of the others is trying to push on it as well. But if it keeps moving, it's going to keep hurting you. So it needs to be successful, otherwise you're going to take more damage.
Alright, we'll try to move this one more time and then we gotta figure something out.
Who's going to push? I'll try to tend to the wound once the rock's off, Miss. But we've got to get you out from under there first.
I'll do it.
All right. So you and who though? Because you can't get it from the bottom. You can just help. So who's going to make the roll and they're going to get advantage?
Somebody got something they can wedge underneath it.
Who's the strongest of you? Who's the strongest of you? Come on, some of you got to have some.
She is.
I don't know.
All right, just step out of the way. I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, Westra is the strongest, right? Or York. I just checked everybody's stats. York is the second strongest, and it's not that much. So. Strength check with advantage.
Oh my god!
He shoves on the rock, just trying to get the time right, but he shoves on 2.5, and you waited to 3, and the timing doesn't quite work out. You take another 4 damage as the rock resettles, rolls back down, crushing your leg even further. Blood's just spooling, eventually the ground's going to be wet enough from all the blood that you'll be able to just, dig the leg underneath, and then you can pull it out. Miss, I'm sorry. I can try it again. Anybody got a lever? Anybody got a bar or something we can shove under there? Grab one of them bones or something.
Oh, I'm gonna take that immovable rod I have and just start digging around my leg in the dirt.
Okay.
Kind of make space underneath my leg, try to get the dirt out from.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Okay. All right. Give me. It's still going to be pretty painful, and you're still kind of wiggling around so if you roll too low, you're going to take more damage from it. But go ahead and give me a sleight of hand. I guess it's basically dex, but I'll give you, some proficiency there if you have it.
I do not, but let's see. Oh my god.
Well, you have to be the 10 at least to not take damage, but you digging away at it, you manage to kind of let the rock sit in place against your leg so it's not crushing it any further, and digging out, trying to make as much space as you can. You have maybe one more attempt at that, and then it'll fall into the cavity that you've got and crush even further. So give one more attempt. Don't roll below a 10, but you need to be above a 15.
Alright. Let's go. Oh my god.
Well, at least it's not below a 10, but you still try to dig away at it, and the ground here is just not quite soft enough to be able to get, enough digging out.
By the way, the fact that we can't get out of rocks is really not making the dragon thing any more appealing. I do have an idea, though.
Now's the time, old man. Spit it out.
I'm all ears.
Not for this. I mean, for later. I'll tell you about it when this is all.
How do you deal with this bit? Can we put him down when we're finished? I'd rather kill him than the dragon. I'm ready to shove the rock again when you are.
I kind of need him to pay his bounty.
And then we can kill him? Is that what you're saying?
Once my bounty's done,
Hey, fuck you guys!
Which, but are you going to drink again today to be able to?
I'm not.
Okay.
I
You have heroism on there. That could be
I
useful.
know, but if we're gonna try the sneaky approach here, I'd rather not be drunk trying to talk to him.
That's exactly what I was curious if we were going to be drunk for all that, because it would have been an extra modifier to deal with.
Awkward.
All right, let's try pushing it again. If we can push it a little bit and you use one of those, maybe we can lock it in place off to the side with one of those rods, and then just try it again and move it a little bit inch by inch until it's free.
That sounds fantastic. Hey, Drosh, got that other one? Maybe we could stick one on each side of the boulder.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna push this when you're ready, and we'll try to get it up off of your leg enough to be able to get you out from under it, and then just maybe lock that bar in place. You ready?
Yep, I've got my bar ready.
Just because I want you to be making the roll, we'll just use his modifier. Go ahead and roll a flat d20 with advantage, and his modifier is a +2 for strength.
Alright, hang on just a second. Okay, so d20 +2.
Yep. And again, below 10, it's going to take damage. Hey! Just barely. The rock spins up just far enough for your knee to be free from underneath. It is still badly crushed, and you can't even move it immediately because the leg just isn't responding. But the York shoves the rock enough from the top to kind of topple it over a little bit. Frost, you lean forward and press the button on the rod to hold it in place. The rock just leans back against it, but does not roll all the way back to where it would crush Westra's leg. Westra, you are able to, just using your elbows and your hands, just pull yourself backwards, kind of moving, Azra out of the way a little bit, to kind of crawl backwards, almost snow angel style, to pull yourself out from underneath where the rock fell. Still quite badly injured, and your leg is not working quite like you needed to.
Right, well that hurt.
I'm sorry, miss. I mean, we've got to be careful in here. I've tried to warn you all about traps in here, but just anything you see is probably going to be designed with them in mind, with the little ones in mind. So, they might be able to walk up to it and not trigger something like that, but anything bigger, stepping on it, anything more than 30, 40 pounds would probably be enough to set them off. And he leans down as he's talking. Let's see. He does have greater restoration, but that's really going to fuck you guys. I feel like I can take care of this, but if I do, it's going to make me a little less effective for the dealing with the big guy. What do you want me to do?
Can I still walk on it if it's healed a little bit, or like I make a brace of some kind?
Half speed and disadvantage on any dex saves or dex checks that are leg related.
Well, I don't seem to be doing great with Dex right now anyways, so...
I mean, I can take care of it. I don't mind. It's just, it kind of limits what else I can do, if we get into the big fight.
Yeah, no, I think we should probably save that so we don't all die. Just hopefully. I'm gonna... Is there any way to grab the other immovable rod out? From underneath the rock.
Now that your leg's out of the way, like Dross can just reach over and press the button and pull his hand away, and the rock will just fall back where it was.
So I'm gonna use both rods on either side of my knee, not like use them to be, immobile, but just as like a brace.
Well, that seems like a waste there, Miss. I mean, look around. There's plenty of bones in here. We can just use those to, make a splint if that's what you're looking for.
All right, let's do that then.
In case you end up needing it for the next time a rock falls on you. All right.
So, hey, my idea with those is, let's say we go into the dragon's chamber, and maybe we get what we need, and if we run out and the dragon starts chasing us, you just put one of those immovable rods in the doorway. You just get a fucking big dragon, can't squeeze through or pass, then he's gonna have to transform.
And what? Hope it just bangs its head on the immovable.
No, I just like to say, can't get around it. It's
like a cartoon.
Like, let's just say
Runs it
we're
like
in a hallway that's just big enough for the dragon. Turn the movable, hold that up like 10 feet up, hit the button, and now he's got like a fucking solid object in the middle.
Except he can change his shape, so...
Yeah, but I bet he can't do a whole bunch of cool shit when he's not a dragon.
He probably could.
Just keep it in mind. Keep it in mind or something, maybe.
Or he could change his shape, get past the immovable rod, and then change back into a dragon.
Yeah, but it probably don't do it all the time. Hey, just keep it in the back of your mind. Maybe it'll help.
Dross, the golden dragon's head that is on top of that altar does look real valuable.
This time, nah. I'm gonna try to tell. He was gonna think. Well, at first I was thinking there's probably still a trap on it, but I still gotta try. So.
When I see him moving towards it, I am backing up even more. I ain't getting him again.
While this is going on, Yorick had tried to fashion a very ramshackle, not very effective splint.
I'm gonna cast Maze Hand to go grab the thing. Just pull it. No, I'm kidding.
It's Drost. You reach over and grab this idol that you imagine was probably Yolkri. Just a bust, like the golden idol head. And you tip it over, and it's extremely heavy. Like you tip it with one hand into your other hand, and it's really heavy. Like you almost kind of sink to the floor a little bit, trying to catch it to lift it back up. But the rocks are already in the way. They're the rocks that have fallen down anyways are kind of obscuring most of the space here. You tip it off into your hand. Nothing else happens. There doesn't appear to be anything, as far as you can tell, trapped about it. You just basically grab this giant, very heavy, seems to be solid gold idol of Yolkri.
Put it in the bag holding.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you hand it over to Westra. Westra throws it in the bag. The splint that Yorick managed to make for you, you will be, like I said, at half speed. And if you try to run faster than that, you can, but you will take a d4 of damage for every 15 feet of movement if you try to run at full speed. Running basically for every time you try to move, you're going to take a d4 of additional damage of the wound kind of not being settled.
Right, so I'm going to be moving pretty slow through here, but I'm just going to look at Yorick. I don't want you to heal this. I don't mind going half speed, but I could use a little pick-me-up if you got anything, because I used my last potion when I fell in some lava.
Yeah, I can do that. At least take care of the pain anyways, and maybe pick you up a little here. Do cure wounds. How do I cast it at a higher level from? Okay, cool. I'll lose your level. I'll cast it at 3rd level for you then, and get back 15. You rolled a 1, of course, but 15 hit points back, so that's not better than nothing. You are almost full.
Fantastic.
So you're just temporarily crippled then until that wound is actually healed up. Which I'll mark on here as... Which one should we use for that? You're not prone, so I don't want to use the prone one because you'll probably get knocked prone by something else anyways.
Probably I can't move.
Yeah. I always use that one. Here we go. Alright. Well, let's be careful moving through here then. Certainly with her already wounded, we don't need to suffer anything further before we go meet this beast.
Yep, I don't think I should be going first. I will go second. Somebody else should probably be ahead of me.
Since
I won't be able to jump out of the way.
Nobody else is particularly good at, picking up the wounded, so I don't feel like I should be going first either.
Josh, you're pretty good at looking for traps.
Yeah, I'll go.
Ezra's going first.
Hey, I can make whoever's going first. I think it maybe be well, if we get up to the dragon where the dragon is, and we're doing this plan of sneakiness, I gotta know so I can cast invisibility on you, Drost. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine with me. If everybody else wants to.
All right. Who's going first up these stairs?
Did you see both Drost and, or sorry, Ryloth, well, all of you now actually, can see that the hovels on either side are filled with eggs.
Hey, let's destroy these fucking eggs. That'll piss him off. I'm kidding. Just keep going. Would any of us know the life cycle of
Kobolds?
Kobolds?
Very short, like it doesn't need 10 to 12 years.
Oh,
Total
okay.
gestation period's pretty short.
The worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to stomp out a bunch of like newborns. We can do that.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too worried. We don't have to destroy the eggs.
What are you doing, Fox?
I could use frostbite on them and just like destroy them all.
I just don't know if it's a great idea. Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Was that supposed to be a Jurassic Park accidental, like not quite correct reference?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, life finds a way, right?
Sure, but do we want them to spawn and like attack us from behind or something?
They're not gonna be babies.
The eggs aren't that big. The eggs are like probably 6 inches or so in diameter.
So worst case scenario, we just have to have heavy feet.
Okay, I'll just leave them then.
Okay.
As they come back to haunt us as difficult terrain.
Just biting into your ankles as you guys are running by.
Alright, check for traps around all the corners and over and anything that looks like an oven.
Drost, looking ahead with your stealth roll, peeking, down the hallway. You don't see anything moving as far, at least so far, other than the distillery, which is still being pumped. But there's, nobody working in there.
Nice.
Ryloth is still hung over, apparently. It's stumbling. You don't see anything moving, but you feel pretty confident that you're moving quietly anyway. You can tell off to the right is the room that you had had the discussion with Yarmin last night. Up to the northeast of you there. Off to the left is a hallway that you guys have not gone through yet.
Alright. So,
if you're all trying to do
which way are we going?
give me one from Westra also, with disadvantage, of course.
And that is...
Which way are we going, guys?
Stealth disadvantage. Huh? Oh, yeah. Hold control for disadvantage, yeah.
Alt control, just control.
Just control.
And stealth.
Hey, still better than Yorick got. Going left.
See what's this way.
Okay. Peeking down that hallway, you see that along the floor are a bunch of red X's painted along the floor. In fact, actually, stop one square to the right. Hang on. Move back, Fox. There is a red X right there where you're standing, and then here, I'll put them on. Oh, well, shit. There's one there.
Step on the axis.
Well, he's standing on one now.
Yeah, too late.
Nothing has happened. At least that he's seen so far. There's one there, and I'll just use circles to mark them. There's one where Drost is standing now, and then there's one here, and one here. Whoops. And from that angle, we'll say that you can see it just here. You guys see those red square, or the red?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go somewhat around him and look for like any holes in the walls or ceilings.
Go ahead and move yourself where you're. Okay. So where to?
I'm gonna look like all around. like where he is.
Okay.
This area here, and then maybe in this like little crevice here to see if there's anything like holes or whatever. If it looks like there's a mechanism like a pressure plate, or if he gets off of it, it's gonna shoot.
Okay, give me a perception check. Hey, you're rolling a little better at least. You peeking at the walls, you don't see anything, and then you kind of look at left, looking right. Something catches your attention from above. You look up, and there are above you are a bunch of wooden logs, like just like trees that are maybe 10-inch diameter or so, that have been sharpened into stakes above that are hanging from the ceiling, and they're swaying slightly, like they look like they're hanging from chains or rope or something up above.
Okay, so I'm just very quietly gonna point upwards with like. Yeah.
And it does look like there's one directly above where Drost is standing, one probably where that red X is, that's in front of you to the left, or in front of you to the right, rather. Each of those, at least one of those, because there's multiple above each of those spots, 2 to 3 above each one that are just kind of swaying in place there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna point that out and kind of like go back down the stairs a bit.
Okay.
Just to be out of the way for when it falls down.
So Drost, she points this out to you, you look up, and sure enough, there's a tree hanging above you with a spike on the end of it, aiming straight down at you.
Alright, then I will hop off of where I am, back this way.
Okay, give me a dex save.
Well, out that way. Okay.
So is everything okay up on top of the stairs, guys?
Well, you heard Azra whispering something to Drost, and then there is the sound of a chain coming loose, and there's a loud crack of wood as something loud impacts the floor right around the corner from you, where you can't quite see it. Azra, you see one of the pillars that you saw hanging from the ceiling fall into the spot where Drost was standing, now replacing him essentially as Drost kind of rolls out of the way, ninja style, trying to make it out of the way before this thing could fall on him. And it's sticks into the ground. It begins to split like the wood is old or just damaged by heat. Splits in half and then falls over to the side.
And this is why I didn't want to go first anymore.
Yeah. Don't step on those red spots, guys.
They're big red X's. They take up the majority of the hallway.
Yeah. Should have paid attention to that. Usually not
I
a
don't
good
want to
thing
be
stand
that
on.
guy, but are you seriously telling me that it's X's on the ground? Maybe we should be a little careful about the areas that don't have red X's also. Seems a bit on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah.
What are we in an Acme advertisement? What is happening?
Just be glad it wasn't, a fucking anvil that drops. Like
Yeah,
somehow Acme always had a big supply of anvils.
Yeah. Yorek, do we go to the left or to the right up this hallway?
The main doors are through the left. The main
To
door
the right.
This is right there. This chamber that everybody's standing in. That's where we were talking with Yarm last night.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it just
Sorry,
leads
I'm
back.
so confused since we came a totally different direction for some reason. Very confusing.
Yor tries to, kind of carefully help Westra moving up the stairs with her splint and fucking, like busted leg.
Yeah.
You coming, old man? I'd rather you not, but I mean, we may need your help.
I'm coming. So don't touch these giant red X's. Anything else I should know?
Not so far.
I guess it'd
I
be
mean,
acrobatics to
If you
jump this tile.
touch them, well, hold on. If you touch them, I can just cast Mage Hand, like put pressure on it. I'm just gonna.
To make it.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take Mage Hand and just go and smack the ground around on the red X past everyone where no one is.
Okay. You send out your translucent mage hand, pushes into the ash. You see it sink into the ash of the kind of soft ground surrounding you. Nothing happens.
Okay. Well,
York turns and looks at you. These creatures walk on it all the time. They just don't weigh very much.
oh.
Your little hand is just
Okay. Well, hey,
set off their traps.
that's good to know. Like, at least there's it takes maybe more than 40 pounds to set these off. That's a little bit of a comfort, I suppose.
Well,
You
we're
weigh
not
less than
rolling-
While they're all walking past these, I'm gonna keep an eye on the back area. This where we were the day before. I'm gonna kind of hide a little bit behind this barrel, keeping an eye on the exit or the rear.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump across to here.
All right. I mean, that's below your normal jumping range, anyways. It's half of your, I think it's half of your strength in feet. You have no trouble jumping, leaping over to the other side of where the other side of the X is. Nothing happens.
Okay.
I think you have the right of it, miss. That seems to be the way to do it. As long as we just carefully jump over these and don't slip, then I think we'll be all right.
I'm just gonna turn back and nod a bit, and then just point and very, very lowly whisper, looks like more just ale or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like it's another storage room of casks of the Red Claw. Well, Drost, you ready to leap over that?
Okay. Be right behind you, buddy.
I'm staying in the back. You go right ahead.
All right.
You easily can just jump across from get down to the end where Azra is. Westra, I'm a little concerned for your jumping ability at the moment.
Yeah, maybe we should just let them scout ahead a bit and see exactly what's down there before I go trying to jump over shit with this knee.
All right, old man, you'll keep an eye on her. Make sure she's all right.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it'd be nice if she also made sure I was all right, but yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you let me know if something's coming and I'll kill it. How about that?
All right, yeah, no, it's fine.
All right, then York hops over to the other side as well. Make his way down here.
Is there any way you guys could set these traps off so we can come join you, or do we just have to work our way around them?
Well, if there's anything down there, we end up going that way. Maybe we can roll one of these barrels down over it, and it'll be enough weight to set it off.
I mean, between the two of us, we could probably at least. I mean, these barrels, yeah, these are definitely way more than a fucking little dragon guy. No doubt about that.
You do estimate that the kobolds probably weigh about 20 to 30 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, a barrel of anything. A
So
barrel
40
of just
40
a
pounds.
barrel, yeah.
Yeah, so if we end up having to go that way, we can just do that.
Sure.
But I don't want to go through all the trouble of doing that if we're not going to go that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, Azra, you gonna scout ahead? It seems like Drost wussied out, I guess. Looks like he's back on the other side, so just you and I.
Sure.
All right, that room, as you step into it, it is another large distillery room, and off to the right, just at the corner of your vision up there, to the right there, is a large set of double doors. That's his room. That's his chamber on the other side of that. You don't see any movement in the distillery.
Okay, I guess get the others.
All right. And you hear York shout down the hallway. It's clear, at least as clear as can be.
Alright. Okay, Rayla, if you want to help me move one of these barrels?
I would love to. I say,
Okay.
is this by any chance on any kind of a downward slant?
No, the slant goes down the stairs down into the den area where the eggs are. That is, but not where you guys are standing. It's relatively
I'm just
flat
gonna
there.
roll one from over here.
All right.
Well, if you can help me get it into position, I should have enough strength to roll it where it needs to go.
All right. Well, I mean, I can help. I'm not completely fucking useless.
Well, that's what I said. Help me get it to where it needs
Alright.
to be.
I might argue that fact.
Look out, guys. We're going to roll a barrel on these trap things. Hopefully no... And go!
All right.
I'm gonna put this on the side and just...
Okay. Yeah, you spin. You knock the barrel over on its side and are immediately just engulfed in a cloud of ash that just billows up all around you, covering your face, choking you a little bit, certainly stinging your eye. Not able to see for a moment while it settles. And then, well, you have the barrel now on its side. What are you doing?
We're gonna push it down the hallway to the... Whatever the traps areas are on the X's.
Okay.
One of them's already been sprung, right? So
Yeah.
we just have to deal with
The
that.
first one of the 4 that you see, yeah.
I put a circle on the one I'm pushing a barrel to.
You kind of have to go past the other one to get there. That'll be a little bit risky.
I'm just
But
gonna push a barrel, trying to hit them all. Just
Okay, well, first, so
Push 'em
you
down.
you start to push the barrel, and then realize it's like trying to push, something heavy through like thin sand.
uh,
The ash is just
okay,
laying
so
there,
it's
and you're just
not
pushing
done
the barrel into. Yeah, I mean, it makes it much harder to move.
all right. Let's see.
Can I take Q and just kind of like move some of the ash out of the way?
Can I see what these are like attached to? Like, I'm gonna gently a bunch of the dust out from underneath the trap.
Okay,
I feel like I don't-
to kind of move the ash.
Yeah.
away. Okay.
Just right
so-
from the top so I can see what's
So
underneath it.
as soon as you start to move it away, you see that the paint is just sitting on top of ash. As soon as you move it away, you can't see the red X's anymore. But you do you can still see where you've made, the hole that you've essentially started to dig. You dig it down, and beneath it is like a platform, a small platform that is raised off of the dirt. It looks like it's made of wood.
Is there, and it's connected to what, a cable? Or do I see anything like that?
I mean, you'd have to lift it up to see.
Yeah, lift it up with the mage hand because
Okay.
is it strong enough?
Well, you grab the corner with mage hand. You grab the corner of this, think of it like a wooden plate that's about maybe 2 feet,
Yeah.
like a circle, right? You grab the corner and try to lift it up, and it's stuck. There's something beneath it that is holding it down.
God. Were you guys aware that kobolds are engineers? I didn't know that.
Your grumbles. I mean, they're kind of like known for that. That's exactly what they are. Not very good ones, but dangerous ones certainly.
Okay, well, do you see that? That's the wooden plate. That's the trap. So we just got to avoid that. And I'd like to do the same on each of the X's to at least avoid the, so we can see them better is exactly what we're
Sure.
trying not to stand on.
Okay. All right. You move all of the ash away from them. Each, like I said, the circles are only about 2 foot or so in diameter, but you can easily now see the plates that are the trigger for the trap. It seems like.
All right. Well, I feel pretty confident. I'm just going to fucking start trying to avoid the plates and walking down this hallway.
You can if you know where they're at, you can pretty confidently get around them without much difficulty.
All right. Dibbity boop bop.
Use the stat man on your way back.
Yep.
Well, I have no confidence with my niece, so I'm going to use Hugh to move the dust out of the way and make a path to the plate.
Okay.
And just try rolling the barrel.
Okay. You
Wait till
roll
I get out of the way first.
with everyone else out of the way so that you don't drop one on them. You give me an athletics check.
Do you want me to roll to avoid these or just kind of move my
No,
head?
as long as you can see where they're at, 2 feet is more than enough room. Like, still
Okay.
even 3 feet from there.
Oh, God.
It's pretty painful to move. I wouldn't say that it's enough. You rolled high enough that it's not enough that you're taking any damage from it. But trying to put pressure against a barrel to roll it through the soft ground with your splint is pretty difficult. But you do manage to roll a barrel onto the plate. It rolls onto the plate and then stops, and nothing happens. On the one that Dross is standing in front of right now. This one's already triggered. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take this one off just for simplicity's sake. But it's sitting on the one that Dross is standing by.
Right, and what I estimate these barrels to weigh? I
Mm,
mean, like, from rolling it.
certainly
how much-
heavier than... They're probably, 80 pounds.
Alright, I'm going to take Q.
Okay.
Because these are wooden barrels, right?
Yep.
Right. So I'm going to take Q and just get right, 5 feet from it, I guess. And just try to smash the barrel and see if once the pressure from the barrel is gone, it doesn't trigger.
Okay. Since I think it's an automatic crit or something, or automatic max damage, right, for Hugh when it's made of wood. You slam it into the side of the barrel, which is, of course, the weakest portion, in the bowing of the barrel on the side. Splits it square in half. You are covered in just a face full of red claw as it spews out. And as the liquid of the plate begins to empty, or liquid of the barrel begins to empty out all into the ash around you, making this disgusting muddy mess around your boots, The barrel gets lighter, or the plate rather gets lighter and lighter, and as it near empties, it takes quite a while. The pillar from above slams down, smashes through the rest of the barrel and into the plate onto the ground.
Alright, I will make my way around that pillar.
Okay. You did see, by the way, that it didn't go off when Dross stepped on it. It went off when he jumped off of it.
Yeah, somebody else want to roll a barrel onto this one and I'll smash it? Because I ain't jumping shit.
There's enough space you could just walk around in now.
Well, you can see them now,
Now that
right?
it's clear. Yeah,
There's
there are only
one
2
on the
feet.
ground.
There's enough room that you can walk, as long as you're careful and you don't drag your foot over it, then it'd be fine. And even
I
then,
thought they covered space.
no, they're only about 2 feet in diameter, so there's plenty of space around it as long as you know where to step.
Then yeah, I'll walk around it.
Okay. Then you walk around to the other side, carefully kind of dragging your foot through the ash with your splint until you make it to the other end. What's Dross doing?
Hey,
Just following behind.
is this the room with the dragon?
Up that way?
Yeah,
Dark
like
point.
right there though. Like how much further?
No, it's up there and through the doors. There's some big doors, and it's on the other side of that.
Can I see the doors from around this corner?
Just barely, yeah. So just up to the north of you, and then off to the right, you'd see a pair of double doors up there.
All right, I would like to check for traps in this hallway, please. I'm now looking after the little incident in the previous thing. I'm very concerned for traps.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna check this place out, guys.
No holes in the walls, no disturbance in the ash on the floor, nothing hanging from the ceiling as far as you can tell, nothing that stands out in this hallway. And you do know that, well, you saw them at least moving down that way, that you saw Azra and Yorick go through that hallway and then come back.
I'm gonna walk slowly, and if I hear anything click or go underneath my feet, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
Anyone coming with me?
Yorick just shakes his
Yes,
head.
I will.
He whispers to Azra, I hope there's traps.
I'll go with him. As I hobble along.
At your very, very meandering, slow pace, you make your way down the hallway. Nothing goes off, no traps, nothing.
Oh yeah, we had gotten to here earlier.
Yeah.
And I will stop here, and I will wait for the rest of the group. And do you guys see anything? Do you guys see anything in this room? Any?
Still?
Yeah, a big still. There's a way from the northwest.
No, more like no bad guys, right? You guys don't, guys. Okay.
I don't see anything.
I'm gonna go ahead and on Drost, I'm going to cast invisibility. All right, big guy. Let me just go ahead and put some hands on you real quick.
Or what?
You've been working out a lot. I'm gonna grab his,
Trying to find a new Anton?
grab his bicep and just kind of squeeze it a few times, and then gonna disappear and shimmer.
You're putting it on him, not on you. Right?
Wait, who's the I'm sorry, I'm putting it on.
Just move you then, just moving
Is it
yourself.
Dross, the one we decided was going to be sneaky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well.
And Drost is a guy?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's only the way Jerry put it. I thought it was. All right. So yeah, he's going to cast invisibility on you, so you are now invisible. But it's a concentration spell, so I'm gonna have to concentrate on it. And but you're gonna be invisible for an hour unless you make an attack or cast a spell. Your normal actions, those won't make you invisible. But if you get attacked, or wait, does it attack?
I think it's just if you attack.
Yep. Any target is wearing, carrying invisible. The spell ends of a target for a target that attacks. Yep. So even if you get attacked, you'll still be invisible. But if you try to attack, then you're not invisible. Wherever you are, I don't know where you're at, but you know
So
the plan.
creepy old man massages your biceps until you turn invisible. Gee.
Yeah,
I'm getting out of here.
I'm like the Catholic Church.
Are these all barrels, or are there any crates? Because some of these look square.
Yeah, there are some crates in here. Yeah.
I'm gonna go pry one open.
Okay.
Hobble my way over.
Okay.
Really, the time for that?
Hey man, you want to do this other cloak or not?
Yeah, that's fair.
You never know.
Alright, so am I just sneaking past the dragon and you guys are coming in, or what am I doing?
Yeah, we're gonna just talk to the dragon. He's gonna
Well-
sneak past.
Maybe you should wait until one of us opens the door, so it's not just an invisible person opening the door.
Why not?
Does anyone have something I could use as a white flag? I'm gonna kind of underneath my robe. I'm gonna shimmy a little bit, and I'm gonna take off my long old man white underwear, and then tie to my staff.
Like,
You know
like
what I'm talking about,
prospectors
like-
by a long john.
Kind of
Long
like
john.
10, 15-year-old
Yep.
old man boxer briefs that kind of go
Oh,
down.
I thought you meant long johns, like prospector style, old school thermals.
Also good, but no.
All right.
He's a boxer guy.
Westra, you taking the blade of Hugh, slip it into the top, like where the lid should be, essentially, and start to pry it away, lifting the nails up from it. Once you've opened it enough, you kind of grab it with your arms, just pull the lid off, with the kind of wood creaking of the nails getting loose from the wood. Inside are dozens and dozens of small glass bottles, probably like a beer bottle size, let's say. Just dozens of them in a row, and then there's a board, and then another row of them. There's probably 24 on each floor or so, and then there's 3 stacks of them of this very dark red liquid. It's not the same color or kind of viscosity, as far as you can tell, as the red claw itself, but it's a red liquid that is inside these bottles.
I'm gonna pull one out and pop the lid off and just kind of like smell it and see if it smells similar.
I say vaguely similar, but it is strongly sulfurous and like acrid smelling. Give me a perception check, and give me 1 second. I got a thing on the porch. I gotta grab the air back.
I'm gonna go grab some water. So if he comes back early, I'm gonna grab some water.
Now I finally roll decent. Gonna
Yep.
roll that when I was trying to escape a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, I will be right back.
Okay, I'm back.
Fox
The-
and Justin said they'll be right back.
Okay. All right, we'll give it a sec till they get back then. I don't have a ready check module yet. I look for one, and there isn't one. There's a polling module that you can kind of use to do that, but it isn't quite.
I'm back.
Okay. I'm surprised it's kind of one of the few gaps, I guess, in functionality that seems like really obvious to me that people would want it, but nobody's made one yet. So if I ever have the time, I'll make one.
All right, so
Just waiting for Fox to get back.
got it. Whew.
You guys go so slow.
So we're not gonna get through this fight this session.
For real, like this was supposed to be the last one, but like, I mean, maybe it depends, because like
We might just get lucky on a few rolls and get in and out and not have
Yeah.
to kill the guy. Because I mean, the problem with dying on this dragon seemed like a worthy reason cause. like, just like even Ryloth, he's not gonna fucking like. This is very important to him, but he's not going to want to throw away the lives of 6 people for nothing. Like if it's
Yeah.
impossible, you know.
I'm back.
Okay.
Hello.
Fox. All right, so
unless you cancel the bounty, Westra isn't going to want to go because she likes to finish her bounties.
Oh,
York doesn't want to either because he doesn't want to be a fugitive forever. And this is, resolving this or stopping this, stopping the production of Red Claw would hopefully absolve him. He thinks anyway. So, anyways, the bottle though you uncork it, and it has this very strong sulfurous and acrid smell with a very distinct metallic coppery scent to it. That is immediately recognizable. It's blood.
Hey, Yorick, they put blood in this shit? Is that what makes people go crazy?
probably dragon blood.
He kind of turns in your direction. He just gives kind of a subtle nod. Yeah, I think it's his. Was driving everybody mad.
It'll get you drunk.
I gotta drop the label on.
Well, I guess the natural ingredient, it's not entirely false, but like,
I mean, it is the Red Claw. I mean, it's his blood. He is the Red Claw, after all.
Great. I'm just going to put the cap back on, stick it back in.
Okay.
I mean, unless you guys can think of a use for this, what we're going to do with a bunch of his blood.
there might be alchemic uses for it, but I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, it's not generally the kind of thing you want to just carry around, anyways. Where that bottle of the the finished product, when you poured that out, it was fine. You fell and cracked the bottles and everything. That was okay. That's that's been diluted quite a bit. The blood itself is a little more volatile.
As
So
sure as
carrying
you want
it
some,
is probably not a great idea.
I can put some in the bag of holding if you want it.
Sure.
I will very carefully put 2 bottles in.
Okay. All right, and they're, like I said, probably beer bottle size, so they're 16 ounces or so. So we'll call it, you got 30 ounces ish of red dragon blood. All right, are we ready to go in and be burnt to a crisp?
Yeah, I've got
Sure.
my flag here so we can talk to him.
All right,
Discuss things.
where's Drost? You still around here?
Yeah, Drost, where are you? Where are you, buddy?
Right next to you guys, actually.
Oh God! Oh, Jesus. Oh God.
Alright,
Oh.
well, I recommend not going first and not going last if you're invisible. So,
Yeah, here. I'll go first, just so we could see if we could talk to the guy. Well, actually, maybe I shouldn't, since I'm holding the concentration up. Yurek, he kind of knows you. You wanna go in there? I'll hold the flag behind you.
I'm not going first.
Jesus. All right, fine.
son of a- I'll fucking go first.
I'm gonna very, very carefully walk into this room. Do I see anything out of the ordinary? Any little fuckers hiding behind barrels?
No, nothing you see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
not at your passive. If you're going to spend some time looking, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Nope. I'm just going to go up to the doors.
Okay.
And before I go through the doors,
12 kobolds jump out and jab you with
yeah. Hey, listen, I'm coming in peaceful. I just want to talk with you for a few minutes, okay? We don't mean you any harm. It's just for a minute. And I'm going to slowly open the door and put out the white flag attached to my staff and kind of wave it up and down.
Well,
Do I hear anything? In Draconic.
the doors are all right. You say all this before getting to the door, touching the door, anyways.
Yeah.
But they're very large. They're very large, very heavy doors, and then the Red Claw logo is painted on the inside of both of them, as far as you can see. And that's as much as you can see. Only one of them has a door, like a knocker, like a big ring on it. It's the style that you would kind of hold on, grab and then pull. But you can see that the ash is piled up at the floor pretty heavily. Like, the ashes is built in since this door has been opened, it seems like, and is kind of obstructing the door a little bit as well. It seems like it'll pull out in your direction.
Okay. I'm just going to say that very loud. I'm going to try to open the right-hand side door, opening in my direction.
It's the only one side of it can open from this side, as far as you can tell.
Okay, so I'm going to pull on it, see if I can open while I'm saying that stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
This will be
You can
hilarious.
make it athletics if you're proficient. So
Am I?
a strength check and athletics check is the same thing unless you're proficient. It's
Yeah,
any different than what-
no, it's the same. Do.
You pull on the ring, you're able to lift the ring up, but only barely, and the door doesn't move at all.
I'll get it. I'll go.
I'll stand kind of to the side still, because I yelled that, so I'm hoping he heard it, and I have like the white flag, like
Okay.
kind of waving on there.
Okay.
All right, so
Strength
4
check.
athletics.
Yeah, if you're proficient, then go ahead with athletics.
I am proficient in both, so we'll just go with athletics. Oh my god!
You grab the ring and pull, and I mean it moves a little bit, but it's you might have moved it half an inch through the ash. The ash on the front of the door is blocking it.
Hey, Yorick.
Excuse me.
Don't have much leverage with this leg. You want to come help me?
Yeah, I'll help. Get out of the way, old man. Do you tell me you feel like cancer coming on or something, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Like some quick onset cancer that we just
honestly, I feel pretty good for an old man. I think all this adventure has really kind of invigorated my heart.
I'll go for a walk.
I got another 40 years in me.
I don't think I can handle another 4 years. Yeah, go ahead. Roll with it.
Ugh.
Hey, no, 18. 18's okay. You just rolled really awful.
Just thought I rolled an 11.
Well, yeah, with your modifier though. You set yourself back, like just ready to kind of using all of your weight, just lay down backwards down into the ash. York grabs the other side and puts a foot up on the door and grabs the ring, both of you pulling on at the same time and using his foot pushing into the other door. Pulls the door open. Inside is a massive chamber, like 100-foot high ceiling chamber, just a huge pool of magma that is just bubbling away throughout the middle there. The south side of the room, basically where you guys are, is smooth stone as far as you can tell, and it seems like most of the ash, like there's very little ash on the ground in this part that looks like it's been blown away. You see two stone bridges that cross the magma on the other side, one in the northwest and one in the northeast, but not in front of you, that cross to a larger rock platform that rises about 15 feet out of the magma. So basically the two bridges that go up to this kind of other platform that's straight north of you on the other side of the pool. That's it. There you go.
So I don't see. So there's no dragon, or we do see the dragon,
I would say that you guys can't from that angle, actually.
and no response from my just kind of hollering.
Not that you've heard any so far.
All right, so I'm gonna say. So again, we just came to talk. Oh fuck.
All right, then. As the two of you step out into this chamber here, are Drost and Azra moving at the same time?
All right.
I'll go after he does.
I'll stay here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go walk all the way up, not in the lava. Okay, in Draconic. I would just like to speak to you about maybe you gaining some gold. And
Azra, are you moving as well?
more wealth.
Yeah, so
Okay.
If you would like to discuss this with us.
From above, well, Azra, once you stepped through, the door snaps shut behind you. It appears to have been spring-loaded, and you see, immediately turning behind you, you see that the doors are smooth on this side. There's no rings to be able to open them. From above, in Draconic, Ryloth would be the only one that can understand him, you hear, "I'm not interested in your gold, but don't worry, I'll make this quick." And you are, all of you, with the exception of maybe Ryloth, immediately just spouted with this gout of flame.
Rule number 1!
What? What'd you say?
Rule number 1 was fucking spread out!
I mean, you did. just perfectly where this cone was. That cone has been sitting there for 3 weeks, by the way.
Yeah.
Like when you guys got here, I had that ready. I just moved. I wasn't sure which room you guys would be in, but since he knew which direction you guys were coming from, and you guys, didn't. Your planning was not necessarily the best idea. That will be. Hang on, let me roll.
Fucking Yorick doesn't know shit about these fucking caves.
Okay, look, guys. Justin, you're a DM now too.
Yeah.
I am not going to run the fucking game for you all. If you want to plan shit, then plan it. But don't ask the DM to run an NPC and tell you how to beat everything. That's not fun for anybody, So you have to fucking do it on your own, or at least figure out, some of the stuff like setting off traps. You can send NPCs to do all the work for you. That's not fun. All right, go ahead and give me initiative. You'll be covered with the scout either way, and then we'll figure out which order we're going to be in here. Oh, I forgot to make him flying. He's up. You have been covered by the gout of flames. Look up and see that he is flying above the door. But he had been holding onto the side of the walls there, and then covered you guys all in this gout of flames, and then immediately just flaps his wings out and covers you all in the gout of wind as it blows over you.
It's not letting me put myself in the combat tracker. I'm hitting the swords and nothing.
Yeah, it still says no active encounter on me.
Oh, I didn't start it yet. Hang on. Do I have to start it on my side?
It's not letting me roll initiative, so I'm guessing so.
Okay. There you go. Now you can do it. Yeah, I just haven't put it in the combat tracker yet. Apparently, I didn't realize I had to put somebody in there first. You guys can't do it for yourselves, I guess, until I've already got a creature in there. There will be one here.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, dude.
Did you say that Ryloth is in it, or is Ryloth?
Ryloth will be half out of it, so you can have advantage on the deck save to try to dodge it. Go ahead and roll your initiative as well for Ryloth.
Oh, thought I already did. My bad.
Okay, ouch. I rolled a 1.
Uh-oh, did you already roll your deck save?
You said deck save.
Yeah, no, you did. I hadn't pulled it up yet. Westra, all right, so...
Hang on, I'm rolling.
Well, all right, so here I'll go ahead and hit begin combat here. But,
wait.
But
Shit, I gotta roll it twice. I have disadvantage.
Yeah, you do. Yep. All right, then for deck saves, Westra fails.
I did it backwards.
You did, so actually. You have 21. Yeah. All right. So Westra fails. With advantage, because I was just going to give you Ryla, since you were like half out of it. I was going to give you what the equivalent of evasion is, where if you take half damage, basically, you know what evasion is for a rogue? If you succeed, you take nothing. If you fail, you take half.
Got it.
It's a rogue ability. In fact, actually, Drost has it too. So Drost, did you roll your dex save RDG?
I think he's in the bathroom.
Okay.
I do have fire resistance, thank God.
No, well, yeah, I'll take half of that at least then. All right, let me roll that real quick, and we will see what you guys take. Good news is you kind of got that out of the way, so I mean, he may not get it back because it takes a recharge. But it'll be 29 damage to the people that didn't make it. All right, so Westra fails, so it'll still be half damage because of the resistance. Rala succeeded, takes no damage. Azra fails, takes half damage. Then are you back?
Uh-huh.
All right, go ahead and roll a dex save.
Okay.
Half damage to Azra. So what is that? 18 damage.
Yeah.
And so Dross takes half because of evasion. So most of you take half at least, which is still a lot, as you guys can see. Oh, I didn't roll York. Sorry.
Well, I guess it wouldn't matter, but he's still invisible, but that wouldn't matter.
Yeah, he still gets hit by it. And whether I'll say that with all of you guys being so close together, you'll be able to tell that there's somebody invisible standing in the middle of it. All right, York takes full damage. Westra takes half because of the robe. And that's it. All right, so all of you are damaged appropriately per the gout of Dragon's Breath. It is Azra's turn. What are you doing? This is not the combat track I intended. Grab the right one.
Alright, I'm gonna try Chromatic Orb on it, I guess.
Okay. changing the track real quick here.
And of course, frost damage.
That'll do. There we go. All right. There we go. Chromatic. Okay, you're choosing frost then.
Yes.
All right. And skill free. 26 will hit. You just getting covered in just in singeing flame. Spin around, see him up above the doorway. Throw out an orb of freezing cold damage that will do. You've just in seeing his reaction, it smashes him in the neck, and the serpentine shape kind of blasts away from it, just cooling the flames that's around him. And you see the area around it beginning to kind of crystallize around where the wound hits. It seems to have done more damage than you might have otherwise expected it to.
Okay.
Except I just hit heal and not double damage. There we go.
And then I'm going to move over here.
Okay. That if your turn. Bonus actions.
Not at the moment.
Yep. You, by the way, in this chamber here, like I was saying before, you guys see that there are 2 bridges that lead to the other side of the chamber as well.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, initiative count 20 would be at the end. Okay, I was thinking that was at the top. Okay. All right, then if your turn then.
Yes.
Okay. And we go to Ryloth.
Is he more than 40 feet up, or is he pretty close to us?
He was pretty close to the door, so he was basically hanging, like he claws into the rocks at the side of the door and breathing down. So he's definitely within 40 feet.
Okay, so I am going to cast Sleet Storm directly underneath him.
Okay.
Which is a level 3 spell. And doop, boop, and Sleet Storm. 3rd level. And I'm going to cast it.
Go ahead and cover your area. Hang on,
do I
that's
have to cast
concentration. You're going to immediately drop the invisibility. All right.
Yep. We kind of lost that option. So I am going
You had the chance. I mean, you literally let him plan for a whole night.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky that it wasn't worse.
I'm just going to go ahead and cast it. Actually, no, I don't want to do it like that. How do I move?
Go to the movement thing or the measurement thing,
that's right,
one,
that's right.
and then grab the middle of it and drag it around.
There we go.
Grab the icon.
So I don't want to be in it, at least not quite yet. So I'm just going to cast it right in front of me so it hits the dragon, but also hopefully stays up long enough to not to turn this into something a little more solid.
Okay.
That is.
All right, let's see if he makes a save. 18, he does succeed. So what the or start to turn them as a dex saving throw on a failed save, it knocks it prone. Do you know what that means when a creature's flying?
Yeah, it's going to fall straight down.
Yeah, they plummet to the ground, but he did succeed.
Yeah.
So still kind of half lifted off of the walls and flapping his wings. The just from the ceiling, 100 feet up, begins just pouring down this snowy rain, splattering against the wings, just sending up just clouds of steam all the way around him, and certainly off of the magma as soon as it begins to hit there. But it does not appear to have knocked him down.
So does it create enough steam to start to
obscure the area?
Area?
Yeah.
Okay.
More towards the middle, like it's growing, so it'll steadily get worse. But at least for now, it's not enough steam to. You can still see him, and just because he's near the edge there.
Okay. I'm actually going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. Okay. Oh wait, no, I'm not, because it's concentration as well. Just kidding. I'm going to use the rest of my movement as this is coming down to actually get under. As I see this steam coming up, I'm actually going to just try to get underneath him, like as close to the lava as I can, and still kind of underneath him. So hopefully I'm more obscured by some of this shit coming up, even though I'm directly underneath this big dragon. Okay.
All right. So you begin the incantation to pull down the rain and just run into the area kind of beneath him. You're almost like protected from the rain landing on you, from his body above you. Whether you are, do you want to know whether are you looking to see if he notices you running under him or no?
No, I'm more focused on trying to hide in the fog.
Okay, all right.
Fog's
okay. That is your turn.
That is going to be it for my turn.
All right, then we are up to Westra. Don't forget, you guys can bring up the party window as well if you need it.
Yeah, right-clicking on the battle window.
Well, you can bring up the initiative tracker, or the combat tracker, yes, but there's a party window as well. If you go to the actors tab and click that little eye button to the left of the search, you can see everybody's hit points and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, if you need it.
Where is it? So he's still up in the air, right?
He's probably 30 feet up, flapping his wings, and he's about that tall. I mean, he's like basically his claws are maybe only 10 feet off the ground because he's kind of bobbing up and down in place. Do you see the animation that I put on there?
Oh yeah, the one with the dragon kind of flying around.
Yeah, the idea was hopefully to give it a flying effect. But yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Right. Well, I don't have much of a choice, so wand of magic missiles.
All right. How many? How many
Lester
using?
doesn't want to die, so all 7 charges.
Did it recharge? Does it recharge fully every day?
Was 1d6 plus 1, and I'd only used.
You had 2 left.
3.
No, you had 2 charges left.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a d6 plus 1 for how many you got back today.
Oh,
Because you
nope.
passed on that course.
Dang it. I clicked on the wrong one.
Sorry, I haven't seen anything yet. So
How do I get it off of there?
right click it. Right click will subtract, and left click will add.
Okay. D6. Plus 1. Oh, please.
Okay, all right. So you got 5 plus 1 back, meaning a total of 7. Exactly what the maximum has. So you can fire all 7 at him.
Woohoo! Yep.
Alright.
That's
roll
so 7.
You can roll 7d4.
For what?
Well, it's up to you. You can roll either 7d4 plus 7 or 1d4 plus 1, and we'll just multiply 7 times. I'll let you
just
decide.
Roll.
It's 1d4 plus 1 for each missile.
7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And roll. There we go.
Okay. All right. So 24 damage. You lift the wand up, still standing just barely in front of the door, being just outside the pelting rain, and the steam is beginning to blast up at you. But you aim it in the general direction of this kind of fog that is surrounding the creature, and pelt it with a series of missiles for 24 damage.
And I
I'll
need
make sure
to
I
roll a
find it.
d20.
Yep. To see if you can crack it.
Sorry, I am lagging really bad here.
It's probably the animation that I put in there. I wasn't sure if this would make an effect or not. All right. So it did not break. You stuff the wand back in a belt. Any movement or bonus actions?
Fuck.
Do you have the cloak? Who's got the fire? Who's got the thing?
She's wearing it.
I do. I'm going to have to. Where is it? I'm gonna have to use my second wind as
Okay.
my bonus.
We can still get what we came for, maybe.
D10 plus 6.
Yep. All right, for 11 hit points back.
And then
You do 50 now? Yeah, 50.
Shit. Maybe. It'll let me move.
That's 15 where you're standing, which is as much as you can move without hurting yourself.
Okay.
You can keep moving, but you'll take 15. You'll take a
But
D4
it didn't
damage.
move me on my side, so I can't see it.
Okay.
No,
I mean, you're
I
15
want
feet
to
north of where you were.
stay. I want to stay, and I want to try to not be in as much of a group as I can. Because
Okay.
on my side, I'm still stuck where I am because my screen froze. So
Go ahead and refresh. But yeah, you're moved to the edge of the lava. You just moved to the north of yourself, 15 feet. So you're fine where you're at, and you're not inside of the sleet storm where you're at either. You want to stay there?
Did you could use your action to dash, but I don't know if you already used an action.
You use the wand, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That if your turn then, Becky?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
then it is Ross's turn.
Okay.
Remember, you're no longer invisible.
Yeah, you're not invisible. After you got pelted with fire, well, you would have seen yourself invisible, then at that point. But as soon as that happened, Ryloth canceled it and put up Sleet Storm.
Careful! If you're on here, you gotta be very careful.
All right. So you said his feet are about 10 feet above the ground or so.
His claws are, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're walking in the part that you're about to walk into is being pelted with snow and with rain and ice, and it's going to be difficult to walk on there. If you move any further into that, you'll have to make a dex save for every step.
So you know what's funny though?
Yep.
The reason you have to make a dex save is because it's ice.
Yeah, because it's icy.
So is it icy though?
I would say that we're still going to use basically. I'm not going to neuter your spell to make it not icy. I'm just adding a benefit of the spell to.
I was doing it assuming it would be neutered.
No, I mean I'm not going to tell you that your spell doesn't work like you want it to or like it should. Except that in the case of like on the lava, it's not going to make the lava icy, for example, but it will start to make it solidified. But on the ground, like on the rock part, yeah.
That's what I want to make sure of. Okay, cool.
Okay,
no, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't normally be able to walk on lava at all, so I don't feel like that's I don't feel like that's reducing it. It's only making it better in that with the lava,
Exactly. That was my goal based off the
Gotcha. Yep.
lava spell. So
Right.
let's see if I can hold it up for more than 6 seconds.
You are like perfect spot for him to just reach his head down though and just take a big old Ryloth bite.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure dragons can fly like 60 feet, so we're pretty much all fucked.
I think it's like 120 feet or something like that.
It's pretty absurd, yeah.
Go ahead,
Either way.
80 feet.
If I can, I'm sure it's going to be quite the roll. I'm going to see if I can kind of jump up the wall a little bit and then jump off and see if I can. Well, I'm going to put the rod in one hand and my drain knife in the other. See if I can jab his foot with the knife. I don't know if I can do this one action, and then stick the rod in the hole if I can. And
walk me through that again. Walk me.
I'm going
so
to
you're trying to stab him and then jab the rod into the wound that you create.
Yeah, because his feet are dangling. You said about 10 feet. So if I kind of hop off the wall, maybe I can like go knife first and see if I can stab into him. Hold on for a second while the knife is inside his foot. Jab the rod in there and then pull the knife out. And then fall. Hopefully just on the ground, not in the lava. And then if I do get the rod in there, I'm going to press the button on the rod as soon as I stick it in there and then fall. So,
all right, let's give it a shot. That's going to be a real high DC because it's not even just a matter. So keep in mind the rod is like it's not thin like a blade. Even if you get the knife in, that's still like a thin knife wound. It's going to take like some surgery, but it's a cool idea. So I want to give it a shot here. Just the DC is going to be pretty high. So go ahead and
good luck.
Go ahead and make your acrobatics roll to try to jump up and catch. To get it within range. Let's say, and then we'll give your attack roll.
Oh, fuck!
Wow,
plus 10 acrobatics.
I mean, normally you would be great at ninja skills. You go running in Ryloth's direction and then leap off of the ground and try to kick off of the wall to get up, high enough up to try to, get the knife into a good spot. But when your feet kick off of the walls, it's been covered in enough sleet from this that your foot slips and you end up just smashing into the wall and then falling on your side into the ash or onto the ground. You don't take damage from it, but you fall onto your side and are now, prone, essentially laying on the ground.
Okay.
It's worth a shot. Ezra was not a good start to that. You still have, I would say that was your action to attempt that with the attack roll would have been part of that. But you still have bonus action and then half your movement, which if you stood up would be half your movement, but it's up to you.
All right. Then I'll disengage and move a little bit, so I'm not within face range, hopefully.
All right.
I think that's about what I would have had. So.
Well, okay, so hang on. So disengage, if you can dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. If you stand up, that's going to be taking half your movement. You only had about half of it left because you already run over there. So you could dash with your bonus action, but that would mean not standing up, or you could stand up and then disengage to move or to stay where you are. You wouldn't be able to move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can lay down and crawl and try to pull yourself away, or you can stand up and still stand there.
I'll get up.
All right, then standing up, that's just half your movement, so you still have your bonus action to dash, disengage. Shit, never mind. Never mind. You still can dash. Yeah, I was doing that wrong. All right, so you still have 30 feet. If you want to dash for your bonus action, you still can.
All right.
And since you did technically try to hit him, then normally that would provoke an opportunity attack. But since you technically tried, and your rakish audacity, one of your swashbuckler abilities, then you don't.
I thought I had something.
Yeah, as long as you try to hit something, then you don't provoke opportunity attacks. If you don't try, then you would have gotten. But since your attempt still counts as an attempt at an attack, even if it was ended spectacularly.
Okay.
Right. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, then it is now his turn. He roars in Draconic. He roars, "Why do you attack me?" And then, so again, Rayloff is the only one who can hear him.
Did you not see the white sheet? We were coming to talk, and you attacked. You crazy old fucking dragon!
And flies over here. Oops. Flapping away from the sleet, he makes his way over to this side and spins around facing in your direction. And from there, he is going to use Frightful Presence. All of you give me a wisdom save. It is a DC 19 you have to beat. All right, Azra succeeds. Ryloth fails.
Wisdom save?
You said you have to beat a 19, and I got 18. I was like, wait, what? I'm one off.
Well, your modifier, thankfully.
Yes!
I got 18.
You got 18, it's a 19 to beat.
Oh, no.
So everybody except for Azra fails. Oh, hang on, I gotta roll for Yorick as well.
And I suck at wisdom, too. That was so close.
You almost had it. So everyone except for Azra, it's seeing this massive creature just flap its wings and fly across the room effortlessly, and then spin around to face you like he's preparing to breathe again in your direction here, is just an instilling just a chilling effect on all of you except for Azra, as each of you are now frightened rather. Frightened. I'll just use this one. I guess that sucks. I have to do it individually. I bet there's a module to make that easier. But the frightened effect means you cannot approach the creature, and any attacks made against it until you are no longer frightened have disadvantage. So you cannot move closer to it during your turn, at least on your own will, anyways. And any attacks against it will have disadvantage. In the meantime, at the end of each of your turns, you can try to break it again. It's just another wisdom save. It doesn't take your action to do it. It's just at the end of each turn you can try. That is it for his movement, and you know what, actually, from where he was standing, give me a percentile roll on Ryloth. As he begun to fly away, he rights himself, kind of upright almost, and flaps his wings, and the tail comes smacking down, swinging in Ryloth's direction, trying to hit Ryloth before he flew away.
Wait, did he ever get within 10 feet of me when he was flying away?
No, not really, because you're, at best you're 6 feet tall. You're, just under 6 feet tall, and he was already 10 feet up and then flying above your head.
Okay.
Yeah, so he would have been outside of it. It's a dex save I think you need to make, Justin. Yeah, DC 20 dex save.
That won't do.
On a failed save, target is pushed 15 feet in the direction of the dragon's choice. You can imagine the direction that he might choose if he's smacking it with his tail is doot, doot, doot.
How's the lava doing? Has it gotten any kind of consistency?
I would tell you that it has some time to chill, but you are knocked prone with this as well. So
Neat.
You are face first in slightly tacky lava, but still lava. Taking half, it would normally be 60-10 on entry. Since you've cooled it down a little bit, a total of 7 damage that you take from landing into the lava as it's being cooled by your sleet storm. Give me a concentration save. So it's a con save.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, natural 20. All right, so you still manage to keep concentration on Sleet Storm as you are knocked face first into the lava. You were able to right yourself.
It feels really good on my back right now.
And that is it for his turn. From the doors to the left, that you guys hadn't gone that direction, but you hear a door had swung open, and standing in front of it is another large kobold creature. Apparently one of the other lieutenants is the impression you get, standing in front of it. He turns, and you guys all see this, but he turns and shouts back through the doorway, and then comes back out and begins to ready a crossbow. It is Azra's turn.
Alright, I'm going to aim for the newcomer, I guess.
Okay.
And use Frostbite.
All right.
I guess that would take up my action.
I mean, you tell me. It's your spell. Your spell is the Frostbite cantrip is an action, I believe.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and cast it. All right, a DC 15 con save, which he succeeds. You get a 23 total, and I don't think Frostbite does anything if it exceeds.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Really on success. All right, so you try to hit him with a beam of frost that he just ducks beneath, and is continuing to shout into the doorway, like he's calling for. Actually, Ryloth, you know what? At that distance, you probably can't understand what he's saying. Too noisy.
I'm just on the ground going, ah!
Yeah, I mean, over your own screens, you can't hear what he's saying. All right, any bonus actions or movement for Azra?
Somewhat here, get a bit of cover.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's
the
about.
Doors are smooth on this side, so you can't go back through them apparently.
No, but I could hide in the corner. The staff of defense, it doesn't say if it's an action, it just says I could use spells from it.
I think you use them as an action.
Yeah, it's still.
Although I think one of the spells on it might be a reaction. It might have shield or something.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. Whatever the spells are, if it's shield is a reaction to cast. If it's mage armor, you guys didn't prepare at all. You guys both could have had mage armor up. Like you should have.
I'm wearing actual armor. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So in your case,
okay, yeah, this one has mage armor or shield.
Yeah, mage armor is kind of
shield
thing you put up, way ahead of time. It lasts for 8 hours, and it's not concentration. So
but it only works if you don't. Mine would be the same whether I had it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just won't do anything for now then.
Okay. Then it is Ryloth's turn. After
I'm
moving.
going to use half my movement to stand up at least on this soft-ish lava.
Yeah,
Can I?
Like trying to lift yourself up, you push a hand into the lava and it just sinks straight in, right into the hot lava beneath it, immediately singeing your hands. When you start your turn on lava, you take another 3d10.
Okay.
But you are able to get up at least a little bit and move. So another 17 jab. That is not good. There you go.
And then, yep, and I'm going to go ahead and see here, half my movement, so 5, 10, 15, and then
lava is not going to be good either.
What was that?
If you end your turn on the lava, you're still going to sink, remember?
Oh, I know, 5, 10, 15, and then I'm going to use my action to... Actually, can I see this kobold, or is there too much steam coming up?
You are in the middle of all the steam. I would say that you can't see him very well from there. You can hear the shouting. You just can't quite make out what's said, but the direction would be impossible to discern.
So then I will use my action to keep running to the right.
Okay.
5, 10, 15. Just run straight into the wall, and then 20, 25. Basically just kind of follow along the wall on that area, and then I also have to roll a dexterity save. And a
concentration for taking damage from the lava when you were on there.
Well, I'm just rolling a standard d20. What did you say? It's just under 10 or over 10, right?
Well, you took 17 damage, so it's half the damage. So yeah, it would just be beating a 10. So what is your con modifier?
Oh, it's not +3.
It's not +3.
I'm pretty confident it is not plus 2 in the check. No, it's plus 1.
So close.
So it's 8. So I'm just falling down again.
Well, you make it across.
Oh,
but
that's
the
right. And then I
yeah,
drop.
you made it across just fine. It's just the concentration holding of Sleep Storm is now gone. You're not able to keep the enchantment going as you rush across the lava, making it to the other side. Still frightened, but Azra, you need to make a wisdom save again if you want to. Anyways, to try to break. Oh, never mind. You saved against the fear already. Never mind.
I'm gonna use Expeditious Retreat as my bonus action too.
Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah, since it fell, you can. So you have.
Yep.
That.
So
back on you.
Skadoosh.
Did not mean to do that. There you go. Okay, just put the concentration back on you.
So it's when you cast a spell and then as a bonus action, I can take the dash action.
Well, yes. But you already took.
So can I do it again right now or no?
No, the bonus action. Actually, you used your. Yeah, you can.
I think it's just one extra motion action. Yeah.
Well, you used your dash was your action, and now your bonus action is to cast it, and you do get to do it as you cast it. So go ahead, you have 30 more feet. Yeah.
I'm gonna start running up around here to see if I can get. Let's see, that should be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Should be able to get right about there and start running through the steam that's now, lessening on this stuff. Yeah. So okay. I'm gonna just run up to there, right. And that is my turn.
Go ahead and make a wisdom save. Beat a 19 to break the fear.
Oh, the fear. Should I just keep running away then?
Well, you don't have to run away. You just can't run toward.
Okay, got it.
So I mean, about here would be about as far as you could go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's actually into disadvantage until you knock it off. So.
Nope.
Not with that. Almost though. All right, Wester's turn. The DC gets easier round by round, by the way. So it's 19 right now because he just put it up. So the rest of the term it'll be 19. It'll get easier the next round if you guys don't succeed by it. So, what's Wester doing?
Okay, so I can see this guy over here.
Yep.
Can I move towards him, or is that considered moving towards the dragon?
Yeah. In this case, moving towards him, unless you go like in Yorick's direction. If you go southwest, then you're keeping the same distance from him. I would say that you can do that, but you can't beeline straight toward him now.
Okay, then I want to do that diagonally.
Okay. What I mean is you're keeping the same distance from him. From the dragon, should be fine. But basically that'd be, imagine if he was directly underneath your dragon, you're like, no, I'm just going towards him. I'm not going towards the dragon, even though one would accomplish the other. So. Okay,
so can I get like right behind Yorick then?
You can get to here. Is that what you're going for?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's not really going to matter how far I am. I'm going to have disadvantage anyways. So the only thing I have is a crossbow.
Okay. Range-wise is disadvantage. Is that what you're going with?
Yep.
That's not what I meant to do.
Oh, whoops.
What size is the crossbow?
It's a hand crossbow, so
anything
over 20 feet.
Yep. All right. But 19, yeah. Well, natural 1 on the second one, so no.
Yeah.
There's really nothing in that direction, but just because, I kind of have to. It's only fair. This is how we've run it all so far. You, with your splint, are dragging your foot behind you as you try to make your way past Yorick, pulling the hand crossbow off of your hip. Go to lift it up, but as you are with that awkward movement of dragging your leg, end up accidentally pulling the trigger, firing the bolt through your foot. Taking half of the 7 damage will make it 3 damage that you take. This was your good foot too, by the way.
Oh, that just makes it so much better.
No, there's no movement penalties or anything like that. You still have a busted leg already, so just a bolt sticking out of a toe with the other one. But you still haven't actually regrown, so it's like your only remaining toe at this point.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right.
So do I get a second attack with the hand crossbow?
Yeah. Actually, no, because you have to do the loading property on the crossbow. Hang on, hand crossbow loading. Yeah, so you have to have a free hand to do the loading, and you can only have one loaded in at a time. I think is how that works.
Can I use my bonus action to load it?
I'll say sure. Yeah, I'd say that you can. In the same way that we, allow you to take a potion for yourself for a bonus action, that's fair. You can use your bonus action to reload it and then take a second shot.
Sweet. All right, let's try again.
Okay.
And hopefully that did better disadvantage. And nope.
8, yeah.
Hey, but you got an 8 with an 8. I mean,
And
what are the
Extra
chances?
damage.
he's pretty heavily armored, so... and you did get 3 8s, though. What is with the same numbers?
I
What
have
is it?
no idea.
Oh, there's something in the New Foundry or something. All right, that it for your turn?
That's literally all I can do right now.
This is not going well for you guys.
Nope.
Dross badass a ninja attempt with a natural 1 was not a great way to start off. All right, G, this is your turn.
All right.
You're still feared as well.
Oh, do I get a wisdom save?
Yeah, go ahead and try to break it. 19 still.
Nope.
You're doubly feared. You've got extra fear now.
Yeah.
All right, what are you
Is
doing?
that a thing?
No, it's not a thing. You guys could. If I was not fair, what would the word be? If I treated this fairly for you guys with how badly you often roll, like some of you guys have these bouts where you just do awful choices and rolls, and if I, wasn't somewhat lenient, you guys would never get out of things like this.
I think I'm actually too far away to. So I can't even get closer to him. I think I'm too far away to even throw at him.
2060, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is 65 feet away.
Okay.
I mean, you might. If he's 60 feet away, like at that corner of the wing, I would say that you can try. It'll still be a disadvantage because, he's at disadvantage even anyways because of the fear. So you can take your knife throws at disadvantage. He's just literally 60 feet is that corner of that wing.
Okay. Shift, right? Hold down, shift.
Control for disadvantage.
Control. Okay.
And you're probably never going to see these knives again. Just keep that in mind because they're
Right down to the lava.
Even if they don't, they're going to go in the lava. Yeah. Not with that. 14 won't do it. Try again. If you're going to fire again anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that one hits. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, 19 and 22. Yeah, even with disadvantage, it still hits. So,
Cool.
for the first... no, actually, it was already injured by Chromatic Orb. Right?
Magic missile.
That's right, yeah. Chromatic Orb and Magic Missile. All right, so he's already been hurt, but another 7 damage as you fling one knife and it just disappears in the fog. You can't tell if it does anything. You fling another one and there's just a yelp, like an annoyed grunt as the second one hits him. Doesn't appear to have done much damage, but it did hurt him.
Okay. I'm going to just kind of move over this way a little bit more.
Okay. You have a few more seconds of the lava being relatively solid enough to run across if you ran.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have enough movement to make it all the way across, though. And I can't dash because I already did my action, so...
No. So you have dash, disengage, and hide as a bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay,
called-
never mind.
Cunning
Then I
action.
will.
It's a rogue thing.
I always forget about that. I'm going to join Ryloth over here, then.
Okay.
Actually running.
Okay.
Quickly as I can.
All right.
Over it.
You ninja running over the lava as it's beginning to settle. You have enough movement to make it to the other side, so that's fine. As you make it to the other edge near the pillar there. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
One more. It would be there if you wanted to, anyways.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'll
It
go
is
there.
the old priest's turn. He just bellowing in anger and fear is going to fly down in the direction of. Actually, hang on. Justin, do you remember if the D6 is at the beginning or the end of their turn
For which?
for
Oh,
recharge?
the D6. It's at the.
I'm looking now.
I think it's at the beginning. I think it's right afterwards. I actually think it's right after you. do
No,
it.
it's
doesn't
definitely
really matter.
on their turn, but I don't remember if it's I think it's at the end of their turn.
Yeah, I think so too.
It doesn't specify. Oops. Well, I just rolled it, so we'll just say that it's the end of the turn. All right, so it failed anyways. That's kind of cool, actually. The way that I'll explain this later, but basically for dragons and stuff like that, it looks like if you
It says
The ability-
fire breath recharge check.
Well, yeah, but the ability automatically, if I click it again now, all it does, it immediately just rolls the recharge. It rolls the attempt automatically. It doesn't try to roll the attack. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. He is going to fly directly at you. You see his wings kind of lift up, and then he pulls them down the way that a hawk does, or a predatory bird.
At me?
No, in Vestra and Yorick.
Oh, cool.
Straight at them. And as he's flying down, is trying to gnash its teeth in Westra's direction and then claw at Yorick. Oh, but I have Westra targeted, so he's going to try to use Hue. Let's see. Does a 12 hit?
No.
All right. And
if he is in range enough to bite me, I can parry or riposte or whatever the one is that doesn't hit.
Yeah, parry is if it does hit, riposte is if it doesn't, so you can go ahead and riposte.
I swear. Where in the hell is that? Plunging.
Features, I think.
Riposte. There we go. I had it on my bar, I just can't. It took me a while to figure out which one it was.
Gotcha. All right, so you make an attack. This does take your reaction, so keep that in mind.
Yep.
Okay. That will hit. 24 hits. So go ahead and you have to roll a d8 as well, because you have to add the combat superiority die. So 7 plus whatever you roll on your d8 here. All right, so another 11 damage to him. He comes sailing just right down at you, as scary as could possibly be, with this giant creature, mouth open wide, and snaps the jaws just barely missing as he kind of skids into the dirt a little bit. You bring down Hugh into his neck on the side, trying to chop away at him as he just lashes out with his claws, trying to slash at Yorick.
Oh, wait.
What?
Should that have been at disadvantage because I'm still feared?
Yes, it should. So go ahead and roll it again. And he got a natural 20 on Yorick, so you guys just might be about to go dead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have I been too mean to you, Justin?
No, it's really fine.
Actually,
I'm sad that Ryloth might not get to bring his boyfriend Anton back to life.
8?
18 still hits. Yeah, it's still hits. No good there. All right, and that is 30 damage. No, 26 damage to Yorick. As he gets just raked across the back with his claws, kind of knocking it backwards, pushing him further into the space here. Let's see, that was... I love the add-on thing, Justin. Do you guys see the little, like, yellow like, room thing on the ground, right? So that thing shows where he started from. He's got 80 feet of movement, so he flew 55 to get there. He's going to flap his wings and move himself, lifting himself back off to get to the edge over here, which will provoke opportunity. Actually, you already used your reaction, so nothing from you, as he flaps his way over here and then settles down onto the rocks over there.
Yep. Hey. Nope. I should have thought that through and used Sentinel.
Yeah, too late because you already used your riposte instead. Yep. But Yorick does get an attack of opportunity, which will hit. So it does 6 damage to him, a little bit. All right, then it is now. Okay, as soon as he sets down on the lava over there, or on the edge of the lava lake there, there is, let's see. Which one does he want to use? In front of the little island where Ryloth and Drost are standing, just in the lava right there. Let's see, it's a 20-foot high, 5-foot radius. Okay, so it can't be that big. All right, it's going to be right here at Ryloth, because he saw Ryloth casting the spells. A geyser of magma billows up from the ground, or from the pool there, in this area. Let me bring up the ability here, and I'll show you how it does. I can find it again. There we go. Magma eruption. There you go.
Shield. I'm gonna use shield as my reaction.
Okay. Each creature in the geyser's area must make a DC 15, so it's not a...
Oh, it's not an attack at the save?
Yeah. Be a dex save to try to dive out of the way, so DC 15 dex save. Oh, natural 20.
Yay!
You see, he looks in your direction, and you see like one of his claws kind of lift and point in the direction of the lava in front of you, and a spout of magma begins to just spew up from the lava right in front of you. And as soon as it starts to kind of fall, as soon as the gravity catches hold of it, you dive out of the way enough to move yourself so that not be covered by it, and it just splashes down onto the ash and the stone of the bridge in front of you, and then dissipates. And that is.
Out of curiosity,
What's that?
are we gonna be able to stop this in the middle of the fight? Because it's probably gonna take a while.
Oh shit, we are. Oh yeah, we started at 2:30 today. All right, this is actually the end of this turn anyway. So we'll stop it here. This guy's going to make an attack. We'll stop here. He looking in the direction of Westra, having tried to call in for reinforcements here, is going to make a crossbow attack at a heavy crossbow at Westra for a 15 hits or no?
No.
Then that's that turn. So it'll be combat round 3 when we come back next week.
Yay!
For our
Thanks, guys.
9-session one shot.
It only took us. Hey, it only took us 3 turns to almost get separated. Good job, guys.
You're pretty good separated. The lava's like solid now, so you guys. We'll see how you guys handle this. But next week is the 15th. Everybody good for the 15th?
Yeah, I should be all right.
Cool. All right, guys.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go continue to nurse my hangover. I love you. Good evening.
Good
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Like,
Good night.